on, everyone? It is episode 116, recorded on Sunday, January 1st, 2023. I'm Drew. Hey, John, I have a joke for you. This year, my New Year's resolution is to give more money to charity. Or was her name Chastity? You can never tell. The music at the strip club is always damn loud.
Welcome to Season 4. Drew loves nature and thinks John's a cheater. That's right, it's time for another episode of the Dads After Dark show. Take it away, boys.
On tonight's episode, we discuss the many games we've been playing. I'm gramming and talking. And 2023 gaming goals. John, happy fucking New Year. Season 4. Merry Christmas. What's going on?
What a great way to start season 4. The first day of the year.
Beautiful.
It's so clean. And I didn't even think about it. The audience doesn't know, but like I edit this show the day after we record. We record on Sunday. I edit on Monday and we push it out Monday night. And I'm off tomorrow. So it's going to be awesome. I can just edit the show without worrying about it.
Yeah.
What a day. Great day.
Beautiful. You know, so the year is so innocent. We haven't spoiled it quite yet. Speaking of the new year, are you a big resolution guy?
You know I am.
I know you are. You know I'm not.
Big time. No.
So what's your big thing? What I mean, you can't say back in shape and gym and that's bullshit.
I'm already in.
You're already bulking. You're bulking.
Shape. No, I think I didn't do an official resolution list, but I want to play more chess, and I've been doing that the last week.
That's right.
Watching a lot of YouTubes. I used to be a chess book guy, but now I'm like YouTubing, playing on Lichess. So if anyone wants to play, and then yeah. I mean, that's mostly...
Is there money making in this business? Can you like play for money? There's got to be a site. You know, like the old school poker stars?
No.
Like, there's got to be chess stars.
Too easy to cheat.
That sounds dirty.
Too easy to cheat online. You can't.
How do you cheat? Bots?
In chess? Well, I mean, you could be playing online and just have a chess engine running right next to your window if you want to.
I know what you're saying.
It's easy to cheat. We've talked about this a bit, but it's not easy to cheat, but there are ways to cheat even in person. It's kind of a problem in the chess community. And then of course it like makes everyone think when they're losing that they're probably cheating. But yeah, that's my big, I think, resolution for this year is play more chess, play less games. I love games, but sometimes I feel like, when you feel like it's like a job, you're like, okay, I have to get this done before that game comes out. And then I got to do this. And sometimes you're just playing a game because you're just trying to finish it so you can like check the box.
Struggle is real. I hear you.
I might even try to just do one game between every show. Just slow it down, play a game.
I don't
enjoy
even
it.
get that far sometimes.
You can crush through some games though.
I do. Depends.
You're doing it right now, actually.
I know. I'm so lazy. I said to myself, I can't just sit at home and do nothing for a week. And what did I do?
I mean, play games, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you really do nothing? I mean, what would you do?
I consider playing games nothing. I mean, like get up and do something.
Yes.
Physically.
Well, you don't have to do like landscape work, like lawn work, like so you don't have that busy work. So if the house is all together, unless you're cooking, you're really just not doing anything.
Good point.
Especially this week.
But I could have, went on the treadmill. I could have did something.
That you should do. This is a good time to work out when you have less stuff to do. Just like get on the damn treadmill, Drew.
Even if you're walking, put on a TV show, watch an hour show and walk. Yeah. Something better than nothing.
Exactly.
I hear you.
How was your New Year's?
It was good. Went over to my cousin's house, Bubba. You know, my former podcast co-host. We had a blast. We played some Jetbots Party 3.
Was that your first time?
No, I've played them before through the Nintendo Dads community and stuff. I don't own any myself, but I played a bunch with people online. Some they were streaming it. Me and Amy played it, so it was fun. I mean, it was great. It's definitely sometimes you want more than 4 people, right? It's just in certain
Yeah.
games, it's like, you know, you have 2 people voting against the other 2. So it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
you
but
team
it
up with
was,
your wife.
yeah, but we had fun. We had a fun time. The kids had a blast. So I think we stayed there till like 8:30. I mean, my kids are young, so um, they usually go to bed early.
Did you guys stay up? Like, I know the kids went to bed, but like, did you guys
We
stay up?
watched a little bit. We know we've been watching this stupid game show on Netflix called Bullshit
Oh, I've seen that.
with Howie Mandel.
I haven't watched it. I saw it on
It's
Netflix.
okay. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Till
Um,
midnight? We watch that till
no, I
midnight?
didn't stay up to midnight. Fuck that. It's
Okay.
just another day in my book. You know, it's another day on the calendar. Why do I need to stay up? I was going to, and I was like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
No, I went through a phase like that too. And then
Mm.
I felt like I was getting old because I wasn't staying up till midnight. So I started staying up till midnight just to do it. And like sometimes Michelle and I would just be in bed watching Netflix,
And then you're like,
whatever.
oh yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And
And
then
then you
just turn
roll
the lights
over and go to
off.
sleep.
Exactly. Uh,
What's the point?
we had a really good New Year's last night.
Yeah, so what'd you do?
My kids, they're getting older. You know, we're those kind of parents. We don't really let them drink soda, and we don't
Yeah,
let
we're
them
the same.
watch
Yep.
bad movies or whatever. But they wanted to stay up till midnight, and Michelle was a little like, and I was like, no, let's do it
Yeah,
because
no school. Yeah.
I didn't think they would. I was just like, all right, you guys can stay up till midnight. I didn't think they would. All of them did.
And you guys like played games and what the whole night.
Yeah, we
It's cool though.
we didn't order any food. We cooked some food, and then we played. I took an hour to play some Witcher, and then we played Jackbox. So we played Jackbox 3, just like you.
Okay, so why didn't we play together?
It's a pain in the ass. I mean, to play online, it's a whole
Is it?
different thing. Yeah, it's a whole
Okay.
different thing. So we played, but like we had a gaming group a couple years back that sort of broke up a little bit because of COVID, and then the 2 other friends kind of broke up with each other.
Sure.
So we lost our gaming group, but we played Jackbox a lot. And I was a little weirded out playing with my kids because,
Good point.
we got pretty dirty.
Well,
And,
I hear you.
but we had a lot of fun. We played Trivia Murder Party, which is actually probably the most kid-friendly game.
Agreed.
It's just trivia, although I think kids have trouble with it. Michelle and I just romped in it because
Well, some of the trivia can be hard.
trivia is pretty hard. Quiplash was fun, even though it was less dirty. And then we switched to the rap battle. This was in Checkbox 5 or 6? 5.
Okay.
I think it's in 5. You haven't. I don't know if you played this one, but there's a rap battle one, and what you have to do
I have
is
played this one.
okay. It'll ask you for so you will rap battle against somebody. It will tell you who it is. So it'll say you're going to rap battle with Sebastian, which is great. So you can personalize it. And then they give you they'll say, give us a noun, give us a name, give us
Yeah, like a
a
Mad Lib
adjective.
almost. Yep.
And then it'll Mad Lib it in. And then you have to make up a whole second sentence that rhymes with it and whatever. I had a blast. We had so much fun because I've done the robots with friends, but this was the one case where doing it with your kids or just family is so much better because you know them so well
and stuff. Yeah,
you know them so well. And oh my, hammered people. I was hammering Michelle, Sebastian, Melody. It was fantastic.
Beating on your family.
Yeah, which you can't do with friends. You can't get too rough.
No, yeah.
So we enjoyed that one a lot and played some of the games. So yeah, we played for a couple hours. We had a lot of fun, and then I was playing a little to the left, and then we watched Frozen 2.
Lovely.
A few of us watched Frozen 2. I jumped on my Xbox so I could try to improve my ranking in the Game Pass News competition. But yeah, we had a great time. And then midnight came, and we basically were asleep by 12:05.
Of course, that's what happens. But you made it. It's more of a statement.
We made it. And we know what we did for the countdown? Animal Crossing. We turned on Michelle's Animal Crossing.
Stop.
And if you go in the town hall, they do a countdown.
No way.
And and then it counts down and that goes, yay, and there's fireworks. And it actually did a firework and it said 2023. It was really cool.
Wow.
That's going to be my new yearly thing forever now.
That's no way they support that forever.
In 20 years, I'm going to break out a Switch and I'm going to go, I'm running Animal Crossing. It's going to be awesome. But we had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's a little word from Manscaped here. I heard they're talking about some new products, John. We might be be getting some soon.
I hear. I'm curious to know what they're going to be.
We'll have to find out. But anyways, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year from our friends over at Manscaped. The ball has officially dropped. But that doesn't mean you have to drop the ball on your balls in 2023. Whether you had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in below the waist grooming have you covered for your much needed resolution of Brennan's sexy back. Join the 7 million men worldwide. 7, it wasn't that many last time I think we read this, who must trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use the code NINDADS, NINDADS, for 20% off and free shipping. Let us have a toast for a new year, new you, and a new you with no pubes.
It's a tricky read. I was reading that and I was like, this is going to be tricky.
Well, that was the first time I read it. I'm not going to lie. I just copied and pasted it last time. So I like to go into it fresh. The other problem it is, I have it on like only a third of my screen, and then your giant face is on 2/3 of my screen. And I'm reading it, and I thought it was going to the next line, but no, I actually had to scroll. So that's what the pause was in there. I had to scroll.
Wow. That is some behind the scenes knowledge.
I had to drop the knowledge, so you didn't think I just stuttered for no reason.
Let me tell you this, Drew. I had a massive headache this morning. I was not feeling well. Right around when the Bronco game started, my headache was the worst, and the Broncos were not making it better. And then it went away, and then it came back. So I took a shower before the show, I told you.
Nice.
And when I got out of the shower and got all dried up and everything, I went into my Manscaped pack and I put on the foot deodorant.
I love the foot deodorant.
And the ball cream. And it actually improved my mood a little bit. I got the tingles.
The tingles.
I don't use the ball cream that much. I forget about it because it's not around my sink. It's like in a drawer.
Yep.
And it made me feel a little better. I felt a little bit. I pampered myself a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because I'm going on a cruise in a few days, and I started packing a little bit, and I'm like, Manscaped products, like some of these smaller bottles, like ball cream, foot deodorant, the man wipes, like that's the stuff I need to pack for a cruise, right? Because like midday cruise, I'm not going to probably go shower, but I'm going to want to freshen up. And that's it. They have a lot of this little carry-on type stuff.
You put it in your bag, and then you can put your other stuff in your bag too.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you there.
And now, Monthly Mayhem.
We finished our Monthly Mayhem. The last one for 2022 was the Beat Your Backlog Mayhem. If you look at the previous episode to this, that was our special. We did go through all the entries, and we announced our winners. And our winners were Liam. Well, Liam D. Does it go by Liam or Liam D? Or he does LLD Li.
You got me lost. I thought it was just Liam.
I assure you, he goes by. Wait, is it right? Oh, hold on, it's right here. I'm looking. I can't. LPD. There you go. LPD. He won the contest, and then Spider Shan won the lotto. So congratulations to them again. If you want to hear us do all the judging, look in the last episode. I think we had a really fun time with that. We're going to have a new Mayhem next episode. 2 weeks from when you hear this, there will be a new Mayhem.
We don't even know what it is yet.
We don't know what it is.
But we will. We'll figure it out.
Maybe it'll be a PlayStation 4 spoken Mayhem.
I'll tell you what, it will not be a PlayStation 4 Mayhem. It won't be.
But we are going to have a little bigger of a prize. Up until now, for like, how long have we been doing this? 3 years? 4 years? 4 years. We've been doing our show for like 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years. I think we've been doing monthly mayhems at least.
How much money? We've given away so much money.
So much money.
So much money.
And the prizes have always been $15 for first place and then $10 for the lotto. And sometimes we do a second place. Most of the time it's a first place and a lotto. We are upping it to $20 first prize, $10 lotto.
Wow.
I want to say we want to give away more money, but it actually just makes it easier to do the gift. If you've ever won, you know that you get 2 eShop codes, and it's a pain. So we're just going to up it.
It is. Let's just go with the more money, because in like the 4 years we've been doing this, I think I've given a prize out once. So to me, it's not a pain.
Can confirm. It's a pain.
So let's just go with we're giving away more money.
We're giving away more money.
That's it. More money.
All right.
More money, no problem.
Yeah, we're going to have more information on that next episodes. Be ready, and we'll figure out what it's going to be.
It's time to talk about what we've been playing.
We've been playing a lot of games lately, John, because we've been on break. Christmas vacation time, away from work, which means a lot of gaming time. So the first game I want to talk about, Dragon Quest Treasures for the Switch. This is a hack and slash adventure exploration style game. This is not your classic Dragon Quest style game. It's not turn-based battle or anything like that. This is a hack and slash exploration fun game. I'm not gonna lie, John, this came out in 2022. This would be on my top 10 list if we redid the list today. I loved this game. The premise is you're this brother and sister. They kind of show up this island, have these magical daggers. But the fun part about this game is you have to go collect these dragon stones. I think there's 7 of them scattered over these different little continents that you can travel between. But the cool part is you're while you're trying to do these quests and missions and searching for these stones, the idea is that you want to find treasure. They have this unique treasure hunting system where you can kind of hit a button, and it kind of has like a compass, and it shows you where the nearest treasure is. And as you get closer, it kind of even pinpoints it a little bit more. And then as you walk over that area, it kind of has like illumination on the ground, and you go over it and you dig it up. So you want to collect treasure. You bring it back. You have like this castle center point of your home base, and the more treasure you get you bring back to your castle, they kind of your castle grows, and you can unlock more things back at your home base. And it's kind of this really cool system. So again, you're going out there, you're doing all these quests while you're collecting treasure. The other cool little concept they have that I like is every enemy that you kill, you have a chance to then go unlock them to be one of your fighters, right? So you can carry up to, let's say, 3 companion fighters at a time. So every time you kill a monster, you can go back to your castle, you go talk to this guy, and you have to unlock or buy that character or monster with like ingredients. So the ingredients are, again, spread over the world. You're collecting ingredients, you're going back, and you can use them to go purchase or craft to get other materials, or you can cook spells and all this other stuff, and then unlock these characters. So you want to kind of get these strong characters to come be companions with you. It's just an absolute blast. The gameplay was so fun, so refreshing, so rewarding. You kind of get rewarded for exploring a little bit. You kind of get rewarded for fighting enemies. You could go, pick up the herbs on the ground type thing. Lots of fun. It was about a 25-hour game or so. I think it was like the perfect length. But this was a game that I, would wake up in the morning and I wanted to play. I wasn't like, sometimes you're like, do I want to play it or not? Like this was, I want to play it. Lots of fun. Dragon Quest Treasures for the Switch. Highly recommend it. This is a true game by far, John.
Not sold. I'm not sold yet, Drew. You haven't convinced me. You keep saying it.
It's funny. I was talking to Solo something. I think who got it for Christmas, and he says it's almost like a Xenoblade Chronicles Light.
Oh my God, Solo! Seriously? Oh my God!
I'm 80% sure it was him. God, I hope it was not somebody else. But I'm pretty sure it was him.
Xenoblade Light.
And Solo is a Xenoblade fanatic.
I know. Yeah, I love Solo. You're wrong, Solo. Come on.
Well, I'm telling you, it's fun. It's a fun game. Shit, it wasn't. It was Spider-Chan.
Freaking Spider-Chan. Are you kidding me?
Sorry,
Xenoblade
Solo.
Light. Probably didn't even play Xenoblade.
I'm not. I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. I'm not sure this is a John game. I don't know if you would like it. It's
I was
definitely
close.
a Jesse game. He played it. He beat it, but
I don't think
it's
did
a
he beat
Drew
it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He beat it.
Okay. I was close to buying this, and in fact, like if they put it on sale enough, I'd probably just grab it.
I could see this going like 50% off. It is a $60 game.
Yeah. That's what kind of held me back. Because it looks like it's a pure collectathon. Like, this is my worry about it. It's a pure
Well,
collectathon, and it's like, just go
it
get
can
treasure, go
be.
get treasure, go get treasure, go get treasure.
So
I don't know.
there is
I could
some
be wrong.
storyline quests that you can't do until you collect so much treasure, right? So everything about the treasure that you get, like you go up a treasure rank essentially, and like the next mainline story quests that like won't advance until you're rank 4. So like there
Yeah.
are times you have to go out, but you could also be doing side quests. There's millions of quests, just like Xenoblade. There's millions and millions of quests.
Millions.
You can do as many as you
Yeah.
want, or you can just do minimal.
Are
So
they infinite, or is it like
I would say
distinct?
no.
Okay.
They're not.
Like,
They're
are they
not infinite.
randomly generated quests?
Yeah, they do have daily quests, which are about 5 or 6 a day that you can go do as well, and
5
then
or 6 a
reset.
day. Wow.
Yeah, but some of them are easy. Some of them like literally would take 30 seconds, and other ones might take 8 minutes. It just depends.
Are you going to do the dailies?
No, there's no benefit really in doing them now. You might get treasure or a couple items or something, but
You should do it. You should do it. We should start a new
no.
segment. What, today's the 1st? Let's do a segment every day in 2023. You're going to do the DQ Treasure Daily, and we'll call the segment Drew's DQ Treasure Daily Dive.
Daily time.
It'll be a journal of your journey.
No,
No, I'm kidding. I don't want to hear that at all.
nobody. I don't want to do it. I'm done. This game's done. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
could probably play this game for 100 hours if you wanted to.
Yeah. We'll see. I might play it someday. But yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be one of those people that's gonna be like, I'll wait till it's like half price, and then maybe I'll try it.
Sorry, want me to send you the copy?
The copy?
I'll send you the game.
Oh, no. I don't. You keep it. You keep it. Evan will
I'll
play
play
it.
it again.
Evan will play it.
Evan
You
did
got
like it.
No. I played Omori. Sorry. We have a hand gesture that we use, and Drew just did it a little too long. It was definitely
You had your
distracting.
head down.
You were
I
just
had
like,
to-
woo! It was like Forrest Gump when he like waves. Like, I played through Omori, and I think I mentioned this in the last episode. I played it for one reason. Phoenix, I played it for you. Phoenix, you named this your 2022 Game of the Year. I was in shock.
God, what system is this for? What is this? I never even heard of it.
Nintendo Switch,
Omori.
dirtbag.
Oh, this game.
It's on the Nintendo Switch. I think it was announced in an Indie
This
World.
guy looks creepy.
It is free on Game Pass. If anybody who has Game Pass wanted to try it, it's on there.
This guy looks like if Bobby from Bobby's World was a teenager.
Oh, leave it alone. So it is and I didn't even know this till I played it. It is really a classic RPG style. It looks like a Super Nintendo style RPG, very similar to Earthbound. If you like Earthbound, you might like this. But it's one of those. The story is grounded in reality. It's a fantasy story. Don't get me wrong. But there's not all these weird names and everything going on. Omori's a weird name, but it's just a name. But it's grounded in like you're living in a neighborhood with a bunch of friends, so it has that kind of Earthbound feel. The battle mechanics are just a little bit different than what RPGs that look like this normally are. You might attack by throwing a ball at an enemy or whatever. The weapons are usually not like you don't have like guns and things like that. It's like little weapons. It's hard to describe, but the weapons are like common kid toys or something like that. And battle is weird. Jesse mentioned this today that he didn't quite understand the battling, and I know exactly what he means. The characters will show up on each of the 4 corners of your screen, and the enemy's in the middle. And when they take turns, you'll often see an enemy might say, talk to Omori or look at Omori. And if you click the button after your attack, you might look at Omori, and then that will create a buff. Or you might say pass to Omori, and it'll let Omori make his attack immediately. So it's kind of strategic. Omori can generate a big, powerful attack when you have a certain power meter that gets higher and higher and higher. It usually only gets used on bosses. But yeah, it just has that Earthbound feel where it's just really different. And yeah, I really dug it. It took me a little while to get into it, and then once I got into it, it sort of got my hook. It got its hooks into me. There's a story going on. It's a very fantastical story, and I won't go into specifics on it because I think it would kind of ruin it. But there are some alternate realities going on, and what makes it really fascinating is that when you go between these realities, you realize something's going on, and you really want to know what's going on. So like I just couldn't stop playing because I needed to know what happened to this character and why is that character missing, and I needed that. I needed that. So I had a great time through it. It's never really hard. It's a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but it's pretty like between easy and moderate. It's not a hard game, but very enjoyable. The dialogue is funny. It's not over chatty. I can't stand games that are over chatty. And there's symbolism in the game that gets revealed to you as you go, and it's always very fascinating. So I really enjoyed it. The ending was a little long. Like just when I felt like I was at the end of the game, it went 3 more hours. But I played that 3 hours in about 4 hours. So it had me compelled, but I just felt like the end just dragged a little bit. It was like they really wanted you to know that their twists and turns and whatever were really amazing. And you're like, yeah, I get it. All right, can we go? Can we just roll credits? So yeah,
It looks interesting. It doesn't look terrible. It's very Earthboundish. I agree with you. Like almost, they obviously were going for that.
Yeah, the graphics look very simple. Earthbound probably looks a little bit better, but it definitely has an Earthbound feel. This game's like between 20 and 25 hours. And you can get different endings because you can make different choices and whatever. So if you're into that sort of thing for an RPG, and I'm not for these kinds of length games, you could play it multiple times and get some different endings. There's even like a way to play the game that avoids much of the game. It's really weird. I read about it, but I can't get into it because you can't talk about the story with this. But Omori, it's really good. There's a physical version if you want to get a physical version that does exist in stores. And yeah, it's on Game Pass. I think it's on PlayStation 2. I'm not sure. But I played it on Switch. Worked great. No performance issues or anything like that. So yeah, had a great time. Is it my game of the year? No, Phoenix is not my game of the year. But it's a really good game.
Nice. Sounds fun. Let's decent. Let's let your cup of tea. Yeah. All right, the next game I'm going to talk about on the Switch is Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap.
Wonder Bra.
Wonder Bra. These are games, if you've never heard of the Wonder Boy or Monster World series, these are games actually my wife got me into. She grew up playing these. She has 2 older brothers. A lot of them I think were on NES,
Sega.
Super NES, and Sega.
No,
not Nintendo.
No, I thought they were on Sega.
I know they were Sega. Okay, maybe you might be right. Yeah, Mega Drive and stuff like that. Okay, yep. Commodore 64, one of the originals. Okay. Anyways,
and which one did you say this was? Wonder Boy?
This is called Dragon's Trap. This is actually a remake of Wonder Boy 3.
Okay. And this
Wonder
is
Boy
1989
3,
on the
Dragon's
Master
Trap.
System. Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Now, what they did with this remake was really cool. It is completely upgraded, brand new graphics, remade them from the ground up, kind of like they did with the new one. If you ever heard of Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, I talked about that one a while back when that played out. That game was fantastic. Very similar graphics. So they redid that for this one. The cool thing was too, with a flip of a button, if you push the R button, it converts the entire game back to 1989 graphics with the original sound and sound effects.
Oh my gosh.
And cool. What drove me crazy is that's how Amy liked to play, John. And we would take turns back and forth playing. Like you would play, if you die, I would, we'd switch controllers, or if you beat a level, we switch controllers. But yes, she would always go right back to the old school graphics. I'm like, this sucks. Like, why would you do this? And I get it, nostalgia, right? It's like playing the old school Mario.
Yep.
But this game is just a side scroller. If you never played any of the Wonder Boy series, the whole premises of these is you kind of get morphed into these different animals, right? And every animal has its unique still, right? So, for example, one of the characters is a mouse. The mouse, there's these certain blots, and the mouse can crawl like on walls and on ceilings and stuff like that. There's a lion. The lion can actually hit blots below them. so each character kind of has these unique things. There's these doors that kind of go into different worlds, and um, it's an old school classic platformer, type game, right? It's a lot of fun. Um, so we played this game. We played it together. It was on sale. There was a huge sale. So we bought a bunch of games. It was on sale for like 50% off of like $7, I want to say. And we had a blast. We beat the whole game. So there's things you can find. There's hidden areas in every world that has stones. So you can collect all 6 stones. You get like this secret sword. There's also armor, shields, and swords. So we actually, after we beat the game, went back and 100%ed it by finding every weapon, every armor, did all the stones, unlocked the secret item weapon. We had a blast with it. And it wasn't long, maybe like 7 hours or so.
Mhm.
Again, it's an old game, right?
Based on an old game, they weren't
Yeah,
very long.
they didn't do anything different. The game itself is exactly the same. Um, so we loved it. I already started looking at like the other Wonder Boys that they brought over to the Switch. They ported. They do have like a Wonder Boy collection, and there was another couple. But if you've never played Wonder Boy, this one again, Wonder Boy 3, Dragon's Trap, highly recommend it. Is a good one to start with. And then the other one is the Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, which is a brand new game
Yep.
that they just remade it a few years ago, and that's on like PlayStation, Xbox One, and the Switch. So that's
That one's new. Like that's not
that one's
remade.
brand new,
That's a new game.
That's
Yeah.
not a remake or anything, but it's almost the identical same concept, except there's new characters in a new world. Still a 2D side scrolling type game.
Yeah, the thing about this series, I haven't played it yet. Michelle did. I can't remember which one
Did
she
she like
played,
it?
but yeah, she's played at least one of the games in this series. And she was just last week was asking me about the other one.
So this would be if she liked. I think she played the Cursed Kingdoms. Didn't you buy that cart when I played this one, and maybe Michelle played that?
I'll take a look in a second, but I see that's been my gripe with this series is just the naming
The
because it's
name is
really
confusing.
hard. And I'm looking at the names and I understand why. The names are Wonder Boy, then Wonder Boy in Monsterland, then Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair, then that's an arcade game, then Wonder Boy 3 The Dragon's Trap, which is a Master System game.
Mm.
Then Wonder Boy in Monster World, so it's
Which
kind
is
of like
essentially
a
number
Mario
4,
thing.
but weird.
And then Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. It's like it's like I can't
It's
keep track
confusing.
of them, but it looks like Monster Boy is the last one, the new one.
Yes.
Wonder Boy is all before.
Yep.
So
Well, this one's
yeah.
funny too. When you start the game, it asks if you want to be a boy or girl, and if you choose girl,
It's Wonder Boy.
it literally changes the title screen to Wonder Girl.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So I would tell Michelle if she played the Cursed Kingdom, which is the brand new one, and this one, Dragon's Trap, are almost identical games graphically, but just totally different characters, totally different worlds. So if you liked one, you will like the other one. Highly
Yeah.
recommend this game. This one again, Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon Trap. It's on the Switch. It's still on sale, I believe, if you like these types of games. Fun one.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna find out from Michelle which one she played.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what she thought.
Drew, I've been playing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt
Good for
again.
you.
I was anticipating this all year, literally, because we didn't get the remaster till right before Christmas. And I was also dreading it because I played this game for about 10 hours on the Switch,
Mhm.
and then I played it all the way through on my PS4, and then I played about 20 hours on my Xbox One X.
You baffle me how much you play. Like, if I feel like you could sketch the map just by memory.
No, but it's such a great game.
It is, no doubt.
It is. And like technically I've only played it all the way through once. So this is sort of my last hurrah. I'm not going to play it again after this. This is my last hurrah, but basically The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I think is a game from like 2015. I can't remember when it was actually find out for me. When was Witcher 3 Wild Hunt originally released? And yeah, it came out to Switch. It was like a miracle port that came out on Switch some number of years ago, and that just sort of led me to buying it on PlayStation and then Xbox because I wanted to really experience it in all its glory. And what they've
2015, May.
2015, nice guess.
And then it came to the Switch in October of 2019.
Yeah, that feels about right. But yeah, like, so what they did with this game is they put out a new gen console remaster. It is for, and I think it's coming to Switch too, the remaster. But it's basically upgraded for PS5, Xbox Series X, and yeah, so it
So not to
looks.
interrupt you, I did ask though, because
Mhm.
you sent me some screenshots, and I was not, and I know a screenshot's a screenshot, but I was
Yeah,
not blown away with the graphical upgrades at all.
two reasons for it. One, you have to kind of see them side by side. Um,
Okay.
Even then, you might say it's hard to tell which one's the good one. Um, Two, you can play this game in a performance mode or in resolution mode.
Okay.
I always choose performance mode. So my graphics, when I'm taking a screenshot, my graphics are not going to be quite as good because I like to play it in a smooth, like 60
Mhm.
frame per second. But if you've never played The Witcher 3, it's an open world game. You don't play a character that you just make. You play Geralt of Rivia. It's the third game in the series. Obviously, I never played the first two. Most people haven't played the first two. And this is made by CD Projekt Red, and this is just their magnus opus. This is like just one of the most incredible open world games that even exists today, all these years later. You play as Geralt, and you are trying to find one of your former wards, Ciri. She's a girl that looks horrible as a girl. I still terrible looking in the remaster. Um, but now she's all grown up, but she's missing, and this guy, this I don't know, it's a guy, it's a monster, Wild Hunt. It's just got a weird name, but this is the
Yep.
name of the antagonist. Wild Hunt is chasing her down, and he's like this skeletal looking dude, and he can hunt things. So we're trying to track down Ciri, and we go through many women on our way to rescuing Ciri. But this is just a classic open world main quest, side quest game. And you can just sit around and putter around and do little side quests for people that ask you, or you can advance the story with the main quest. Inventory management, all of that stuff. And what makes this game amazing, the official Drew amazing, and even Drew actually likes this game a lot,
I do love this game.
is the side quests are so good. All of the side quests have interesting, engaging stories. Ultimately it's about killing things or finding things or whatever, but they all just have these interesting stories. So, for example, one story is this lady, she said somebody stole her frying pan, and she really loved her frying pan because she cooked for a long time on it and it has all the flavor in it, and she was trying to get it. And there's this funny dialogue between him and the lady, and he's like, "Okay, I'll fetch your frying pan, lady." And then he finds the frying pan, and the frying pan has been scraped clean, and she's just tragic. She's like, "I can't believe they scraped it clean." But there's so many of these, and they're some are like easy to find, you can't avoid them, and other times it's
Mm.
hard to find. You find a little
Yeah.
piece of paper on the coast or whatever. It really rewards just exploring. And so every so often I just stop what I'm doing and I just run into an area of forest, and I just run in circles like a buffoon. I'm just like blah, 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 blah,
Mm.
looking for side quests and whatever. You pick them up. It's perfect. It tells you what level you should be before you do it, so you know which ones to avoid. And you just sit there. Like, some days I play it and I'm like, I want to push the main quest. Like right now, I've met up with Triss.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend is really into me. I just want to say that right now, Drew. But I met up with Triss, and I'm kind of pushing through those. And I've done this story like 3 times now. I'm like very whatever, but I don't hate it. The game looks great. Load times are amazing on PS5. Like
I
when I
remember
fast
that being
travel,
a problem a little bit on the Switch.
that's always the thing on Switch that gets you, is the loading times. But the fast travel is really quick. And so just getting to this remaster, um, they added, as far as I know, one new side quest that relates to the Netflix show. The side
Oh,
quest is called, what do I have? In the Eternal Fire's Shadow. And I'm in the area where the side quest is, so I'm going to keep an eye out for it. So they added a new side quest. They added some outfits. You know the guy Dandelion in the game?
oh
He's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the playwright, whatever.
Yep, yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's an alternate outfit for Dandelion. I don't know if
Okay.
he was like in the show or it's inspired by your friend on The Witcher. I don't know. So there's a few of those things. There's some quality of life stuff. So, for example, he's a Witcher. He can do these little magic spells. and they're called signs. So you used to have to like click a button and it would bring up
Oh,
a
yeah.
wheel, and then you'd like move the wheel and you would shoot fire, for example. So one of the signs. Now you can hold down basically ZR and press one of the other buttons on the controller, and you'll do them quickly. So if I wanted to do Igni, which is the fire, I would do ZR ZL, and it would just do it. And there's no wheel that comes up to interrupt your view or anything like that. So that's cool. You can run by just clicking in the left stick before you had to hold down a button. And then the the one quality of life thing which sticks out to me. Remember the Baron? The Baron, you had to like grab the baby and like
Oh, yeah.
track down his wife
A
and his
little
daughter.
bit. I remember a little bit. Yep.
And I think the Baron's like about 5 to 10 hours in is when you're interacting with the Baron. He's in Velen. You have to go to him so many times. Oh, I did this. Go report to the Baron. You found the wife. Go report to the Baron. You got to do this. Go report to the Baron. And the fast travel point is outside of the village.
Yep.
And so you have to fast travel to the bridge.
Villages are huge too.
Cross the bridge and then do this long looping thing around to get to the Baron's area. They put a fucking fast travel right in front of the Baron's door.
Smart.
It is one of the great quality of life improvements I've ever seen. It's also right next to the blacksmith who I used to go to all the time. He's a really good blacksmith. And you don't have to run all the way through the town. It's great. Yep. So there's just those little quality of life things. But yeah, nice. I'm at an area of the game where I kind of dreaded having to go through all these quests again, but there's some new quests I've done. I just did a quest now that I was never able to do before. I always failed it. Now I passed it. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm, whatever. I'm playing it a lot, but I don't have to. I'm going to kind of slow roll. But I'm just so into it. I've just been putting a lot of hours into it. So
God bless you.
It's great. If you've got
I'm jealous in a way. In a way, but
you never finished it.
Yes, I did.
No,
Triss in the lighthouse.
You're like not even halfway through.
No, that's not true.
You're not even halfway through. But
that's the one game that I loved, and I don't know why I didn't finish it.
Because it's a long game.
It is a long game.
By the time you finish it with Triss, you're probably like 20, 25 hours in.
That's it.
My goals are I want to roll credits. I don't want to make this like I stopped halfway through. I want to at least roll credits. I'm going to make an effort to try to finish every quest that I find. So I'm probably not going to go look online for what are every quest and whatever, but big one. Yeah. I'm trying to be better at Gwent, the card game that's in there.
It doesn't do anything for you though, does it?
You can
and stuff, I guess.
You can go the whole game and never play Gwent if you want to. But there's a lot of quests that need Gwent, and I'm trying to finish quests. So I've actually beaten some people and gotten their cards. So I'm trying to get a good deck together. And I think it's because I've played Slay the Spire since the last time. So I'm trying to put so I'm trying to be really good at Gwent. And then, I want to do the new quest that's there. I want to make sure I hit that. And I want to make sure I bang every bangable person in this game. I don't care gender. I don't care how old they are. I want to bang everybody so I can like do a list. I want to do like a top 10.
I feel like you should somehow record every person you banged, and that could be a YouTube hit. If you made like a quick video of every person.
My PlayStation captures are clogging up my PlayStation app, and it looks like a pornography app right now. It's just like
great.
I was in the sauna today when you get into the sauna and like everyone's just like half naked in there,
and it's just the butt. You just see his butt walking around everywhere.
It's hilarious. So yeah, I've had my rendezvous with Kira Metz, and now I'm working on Triss. And then I think there's Yennefer.
She's not easy. Triss is not easy to break.
She'll be pretty easy. And then Yennefer, and then I don't know if I did anything with anybody else. I'm gonna try to do the Drew thing and go to the brothel, which is hard to find. I have to look that up.
Brothel.
It's not easy to find.
You kind of stumble upon it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So yeah, love it. If you have a new gen console or whatever, and if you haven't played this before, my God, you are in for a treat. So
I know. I really want to play it. My problem is my kids like look at my Switch. I'll be like playing handheld, and they'll come over and be like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
I'm banging Triss.
Banging, guys.
But that's The Witcher.
Speaking of games, kids should not be looking over your shoulder at quite a bit.
Oh, really?
So I was in the middle of a sticky situation, John, right? Because I wanted to play Sports Story, and you'll talk about it in a little bit. But it's no secret because you've been preaching about it. Essentially, you told me
Woof,
don't play it
woof.
yet. We'll leave it at that. So I said, okay, I trust you. You're my buddy. You're my co-host. I love you. I won't play it. So I said I need to play a game. So I went on again, looked at some sales, and went with Cult of the Lamb. So I picked up Cult of the Lamb. I've been playing it quite a bit. We know Hambones is a huge fan of it. You know, it's got great reviews, Devolver, digital. Can't beat it. So the game is very smooth, very Devolver. It's good. It's great. If you've never played this game, it's essentially it's the best way to describe this game is Animal Crossing. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true, right? Because you have this camp, which is your Animal Crossing island. You have to keep everybody happy, except you're keeping them happy by doing cultish type things, right? But you still have to feed
Yep.
them, right? You create a farm. You got to water your plants. You got to use fertilizer, which is poop. You got to have like church every day and do sacrifices. And if people are bad, you put them in prison. And you're still collecting your wood and your stone and your berries, and you're making altars. So it's very, in a way, Animal Crossing, but again, it's cult.
Yeah, because you make altars all the time.
But it's the same thing, right? You're making a town hall, or you're making this, but you're making cultish type things. It's fun. Now, the other part of the game is, right, it's a very smooth hack and slash style system, which is again kind of has it's a roguelike type game in a way where you got this overview map, you go from area to area, and it's very smooth battling. However, I don't think the battling is like super fun. It's super well done, super smooth. Um, but I don't know. There's something about it that I just don't find super fun. And
Like it wasn't the main focus of the game, so it's not as fun as like a Hades or something like that.
yeah, and they did a really good job with it, right? And you go, you'll go into the next part of a map, and it might be like a little treasure room, or it's an altar, or it's different things. And then you still, once you beat like a mini map, it goes back to like this tree, kind of like Slay the Spire path. Like, where do you want to go next? You want to go to this branch of the tree, and it's going to be, you can see a little symbol. If you go to that symbol, it means, oh, you're going to get an extra person that you can convert to your cult. If you go to that one, you might get a new weapon. And there might be like 4 or 5 little areas before you get to the boss. So there's that. But the problem I find too is that I'm resorting back to my camp probably 2/3 of the game and 1/3 of the game battling and fighting on the map. So I find it more of a like simulator type game than like a hack and slash game. I got 2/3 simulation to maybe 1/3.
You're saying it's not as much action as you'd like.
It's not as much action as I'd like, but at the same time, I don't think the action is as fun as I thought it was going to be.
I see.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
no, I know
it's
what you
kind of
mean.
a double-edged sword. It's like the camp stuff's kind of like you got this. You want to unlock more stuff, right? Because now you can do more. Just like Animal Crossing, it's the same concept. Like, oh, I want to do that. Well, I have to go do this and fight this, and then get more stone, and then I can go unlock it. Or I need to have 3 more churches, so then or altars and masses, so I can then do this. So it's that it grabs you concept where like you want to keep doing this or that of a quest to go be able to do more things. I think there's like 4 bosses you have to kill, kind of like part of the story. I think I've done 1 so far. I've killed 1, and
It's like a rogue legacy type thing where you kill one and then like the second one.
and then like a whole other area opens up, right? And now you can go to this next area, and again, you go to these different little mini maps and this the structure, and you can kind of climb up the different ways, and you get there. So it's well designed. It's a great game. It's just I don't know what I was expecting. I don't think it's as fun as I was thinking it was going to be.
And Hambone recommended this. What the fuck, Hambone?
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to say it's bad though. I could see why people might love it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
there's something about it for me that's just missing. You know what it is? Every time I go to do fight, like if I decide I'm gonna go do a run, I'm nervous that something's gonna happen back at the cult, and maybe I'm just being too paranoid. Like I'm on day 25. I've killed the first boss, and only one person has died so far, and it was actually because of old age, right?
That's
So,
good.
but like I'm nervous every time I leave. I'm nervous about like, oh man, well someone might get mad at me, or someone might eat something and get ill, and I'm not gonna be there to help them.
Does
So like
time advance while you're gone? Is it like a real time
I
thing?
think I'm not 100%. I think time slows. I mean, there is an internal clock, but it's fast. Like it might be like a half hour or 20, 15 minutes might be one day. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Probably like 10 or 15 minutes one day. But I think when you go do a run, I do believe the clock slows down a little bit, like drastically. So it's not like if you're doing one dungeon run, a whole day passes, but
I
you've
see.
seen the clocks ticking, and there's like little alerts that pop up, like notifications that will say, like, oh, Zablanc is, shit himself, or like,
You
oh
have
no,
to use that as the
I gotta go
example?
wipe his ass, like he needs my help,
Wow.
you know.
This is theoretical, right? I mean, I probably didn't
Well, yeah,
shit my pants.
theoretical, of course. You were the other day. I sent John a little screenshot. It said something like, what did it say? Like, I love you, something.
Yeah, yeah. I was giving you like a present or something like that.
Giving a present, like, I've never realized how much I love you. Thank you for everything you do. And then the
So
very next
realistic.
scene, you were running around camp spreading rumors that I wasn't a good leader, and you were trying to convert people to
Very
like turn
realistic.
on me. So
Wow.
then I had to take you and put you in prison, and then
The fuck,
I had
man?
to re-educate you to make
Wow.
you understand, and I had to punish you for 3 days. You were in prison,
And now
and
I'm a
then
Patriots fan.
now you love me. You love me again, showering me with gifts. So it's a cool little thing like that. But maybe it's me. I just get so nervous when I leave camp. But I'm laying down the law when I'm there, and
Mm.
when I leave, I feel like things are gonna get a little wild, and I don't like it.
I don't think you can freak. You should freak out when you're doing those sequences. You have to do those
You
action
have to.
sequences. So just go and whatever happens, happens. Don't let it freak you out. It's not
I
like
know,
you're doing something you
but it's
shouldn't do.
stressful. It's just like Animal Crossing. It's stressful. You want your area, you want your town, your cult, you want your people to be happy.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It
It's
is
gonna
okay.
happen. You need that drama, right? It's like playing SimCity and like I don't want a natural disaster to hit. They're gonna hit. That's part of the game. So just
Mm.
when they hit, they hit. Like
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna finish the game. I just, for some reason, there's something in the combat that, I mean, it wasn't all about just the combat, right? It was,
you know what this reminds me of? Um, games that games that ruin other games.
mm,
So I've mentioned before, The Last of Us ruins a lot of games because it's done so well. It's like
okay.
you try to hold everything.
Mm.
So you've played Hades. Remember after we played Hades, we
Oh,
played Curse of the Dead Gods.
yeah, and it probably wasn't a bad game.
It probably wasn't, but we were like, I
We were,
liked Hades. Now I can't play this. And Slay the Spire did that to me for Grifflands.
yeah.
It's like, this is not a bad game, but I kept saying, I wish it was faster, like Slay the Spire. I wish the
You
cards
know what the
were more
problem is?
impressive.
You know what this game reminds me of, that a game that me and you both hated? What's the name of that mining game or craft game or merchant? What was that? And you went into the dungeon and you came back and you had to
Spelunky?
no, it's a very similar style game. You would go do dungeons and you'd come back and you have to sell stuff in your
Oh,
shop.
Moonlighter.
Moonlighter. It reminds me of that game for some reason. It's the
I
same
hated
concept,
Moonlighter. I
right?
hated it.
You
Yeah.
go do dungeon stuff to unlock things, and then you come back and you have to set up your shop in Moonlighter. It's
Right.
the same concept, but this, instead of setting up a shop, you're controlling a cult more like Animal Crossing. But
Okay.
that's the best way to describe it, since you understand what Moonlighter
But
is.
if you're doing those action sequences to like you said, like foster your cult, that's a way better connection, I think,
I
in my
100%
head.
agree with you.
Like,
This is a
yeah,
thousand times. I don't want to compare it to that, because this is 1,000 times better
right.
than
That's like a loot
Moonlighter.
cycle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's that cycle. It's
Yeah.
that constant cycle of go fight, go do stuff, come back. And there's a lot of other little things. You can leave your camp instead of fighting. There's other places you can go to, like a fishing hole. There's a fishing mini game type concept.
Mm.
There's another one I just unlocked that has like some mushroom people. I'm not really sure what they do yet. And there's another camp that there's this dice game, which actually is a pretty solid, simple dice game, kind of like Gwent, like just an optional thing, but it's a dice game, and it's fun. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't want this to come off as a bad game, but it wouldn't have been like in my top 10 of the year.
Okay.
So Cult of the Lamb, I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna finish it. It's just maybe I'm missing something. Maybe Hambone, put me in place if you're listening to this. Let me know why I'm wrong.
Everyone's different. Yeah, you really shouldn't play Sports Story. So, I did a YouTube. I did a 90-second review of Sports Story. If you haven't seen it, go see
Great.
it.
It was great. You should go
Dad's
see
After Dark show channel. By the way, it's done great. The video is about to hit 2,000 views. It is
crazy.
More than double my highest. We've gotten like 13% raise in our subscription base. I'm not surprised, but like surprised. And the reason why is Sports Story. This is the game we've been waiting. Do you realize we've been waiting 3 years for this game? That's crazy.
No, more than that.
3. Well,
they announced it.
They announced Sports Story in December 2019. Before that, we didn't know.
Well, Golf Story was 2017.
Golf Story was 2017. I don't remember if we knew they were making another game or not.
Yeah, we may have not. You're right.
But we didn't know that it was Sports Story till December 2019. I went back to look at the trailer, and there's so many scenes from this game in that trailer, and I don't understand why we had to wait 3 more years for it. But let me talk about Sports Story. I bought this right away when it was announced in their little Mindy Direct right before. It was like December 23rd. Sports Story is a direct sequel to Golf Story. It's not its own story. It's a direct continuation off of Golf Story. And you play, I think you're just like a golf hero. There's no name. And whereas in Golf Story, it was about, I want to become a golf champion. This game is just some weird mystery story going on. You go on a trip to the beach, and your coach from the first game is there, and his son works for a company called Pure Strike. And you're there for like a big announcement, whatever. So you go to the hotel, you go to the beach, you go to the hotel, blah, 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 blah. And it is just like some weird story happens. There's a golf course that's being sold, and you're like, oh, why are they selling it? And they're like, oh, well, we had to. And then you find out that Pure Strike is being kind of deceptive. And there's like a history to this area that you're in. I forgot what it's called. But there's a history, and you're just trying to track it down. And you're just like solving mysteries for people and all that. It's just one of those games. So it's very much not like a golf themed game. It is just like an RPG that happens to involve you playing more than just golf. So there is golf, just like the first game, but they have you playing volleyball. They have you playing baseball, cricket. There's like mine carts. I'm trying to think of the other sports. There's some soccer. There's a bunch. That's the main pull of this game, is there's all of these sports. And it's there's main questing, there's side questing, whatever. All of this sounds great, doesn't it?
Not really, to be honest.
I mean, but like,
I wish it was Golf Story 2, to be honest. I just want golf.
It's Golf Story with more sports and more things to do and quests and whatever. Great, fine. It could not have landed with a bigger thud. It is the most disappointing game of 2022. I cannot implore you enough. Just going to say it straight out. If you haven't played this game, you should not play it. And here's why. It is buggy to shit. First of all, there's 2 reasons, but the first one is it is buggy to shit. There are bugs everywhere in this game. Early on in the game, it's not as buggy. Early on. Clearly, they tested the beginning of this game a lot. As you get through the game, it gets more and more buggy to the point where every time you do anything, you're just waiting for some bug to hit. And it's not just like glitchy bug or whatever. The performance of the game is not great, but it's not terrible, but it's not great. So you get to the first main golf area, and it's like an autumn scene. And that's when you notice it's like starting to chug a little bit. And then when you're golfing, like the little meter, when you play a golf game and the meter goes, it goes, like it like skips frames, and it's infuriating. It's like, oh my God. Then you start getting the soft locks. If you're not familiar with a soft lock is when the game doesn't crash, but
Mhm.
you can't continue. Like you're trapped in something. If you've ever been trapped in a wall, that's like a soft lock. Then you start getting the soft locks. So many times I've had to like close out the game, hope that I didn't lose a bunch of progress, jump back into the game. Some of those soft locks are repeatable. I've had soft locks where I just like touch the water and I get stuck and I can't move anymore.
I saw that one.
Yeah. Other ones are just like, I did it. It didn't work. I did it again. It did work. So who knows? There's so many soft locks. I've had to reboot this game at least a dozen times. And then there is just bad game development. So there'll be these random challenges that happen in the game, and they might say, hey, we're going to throw a bunch of tennis balls at you, and you have to return them and hit these circles. Okay, so the ball shoots out, and you got to hit it and try to get it in the circle. And like, first of all, controlling a tennis ball in this game is really hard, and they never explain it. So you just like, you hold down the left, and you hit it, and it doesn't really go left. And then you tried shooting in a different way. You're like, what the fuck? Like, how do I direct this thing? Then you might hit the ball, and it'll bounce past the circle, but then it'll hit a back wall and then sort of bounce back towards you and then hit the circle and go, you did it.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, but that's not what you wanted from me. I've had situations where a ball went past me slowly, hit a wall, and then went like flying the other way. There's just so much random shit. There was one challenge I did a video for where you're supposed to hit these 5 goalie targets. It's a soccer game. But controlling the ball is like nearly impossible. And so they just decided to just give you a ton of chances. So whereas like some games will be like, you have 7, like remember some of the golf challenges, you have 7 chances to hit 4 balls into the circle. This one was like, you have 20 chances to hit these 5 targets. It was just like, just make it more easy to direct the ball. Like, don't just give me 100 chances for something.
Yeah.
There's times when like you'll hit a ball and it misses the target, but you have to wait for it to slowly roll to a stop before it continues. There's so many logic issues. Every sport is like that. And then some of the sports like cricket, like you're not actually playing a game of cricket. You just have a bat and a ball comes at you from off screen and you just hit it and it goes, oh, you hit it. That's 1. There's no like cricket. The same thing with...
There's no point of even playing cricket. It's just they wanted to say they had another sport.
Right. The only game that has rules and stuff is golf. The other ones are just like pieces of it. Baseball is just you swing a bat. That's it. There's no bases.
I was afraid. I was afraid. I always envisioned this to be like World 1. Golf. You have to solve some mysteries. You got to play 3 golf tournaments, and then you beat golf. Now you're moving on to World 2, and World 2 is tennis. And you're going to learn the tennis skills, and you're going to learn how to do these mini games, and then you're going to play a big tennis match. At the same time, you're solving locker room mysteries in between the tennis match. Like that's, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought this game was going to be. And then you're moving on to World 3, and that's soccer. Like that's what I thought it was kind of.
I didn't think it was going to be that, so I'm not going to say I'm disappointed it's not that. I didn't know what it was. And honestly, if they executed this game perfectly, it would be a lot better than I think I gave it a 3 out of 10 in my review.
So in all honesty, though, like if there was 0 bugs, like would this even be a good game?
It'd be like a 6.5 maybe out of 10. It's kind of boring
for what it is.
It's boring. It's games that have quests where you're like, why am I doing this? Like, why is this person asking me to do this weird thing that's not sports related or whatever? I mean, there's a part in the game where I go to a receptionist and I have to distract her and I tell her I'm willing to go babysit. And I had no idea what the babysitting was a reference to. And then she says, oh, meet me outside by the baby court and we'll get started. They don't tell you where the baby court is. You just have to aimlessly go looking for something. And it's not easy. Like, it's like a maze over there. Then you find the baby court and she's there and she's like, okay, watch the babies. And then she leaves. And then you're just sitting there and nothing happens. And you talk to a baby and they go, wah. And you're like, okay. And then and eventually, like, if you talk to them enough, something happens. And then I'm playing tennis against a baby. And then the baby hits the ball and we're playing on this little mini court. and it's hard to win because you can't control the ball, and so the court is small, so the character is just going back and forth. One time I hit the ball past the baby. I had a point. I was like, cool, and I looked away, and then I looked back. The ball bounced off the wall behind the baby, and the baby hit it, and it counted as
was it a
point for the
glitch, or
baby.
was it supposed to be that way?
I think it's a glitch. I don't know, or they just have different rules. It's just like the game is full of it. It's like, oh my God. You're constantly lost. They don't direct you when you have a quest. You'll go to your quest log and there'll be like a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know where the court is, or if you don't know who they're referring to, they're like, say, go find Rosa, and I'm like, I don't know what Rosa looks like. Give me a hint. Where am I going? And there's a hub world and a bunch of other worlds, and it's like, where in this entire world is this person? So they don't have that. And then you just the weirdest things. The last example, and I this is funny because Jesse had asked me, like, what do I do? And like, I was like, yeah, I know, right? Like, what do I do? You had to like give orange juice to the coach, and he's like, where do I get the orange juice? And it's like, yeah, it's this one little place in the water. You have to go to the water. And then he's like, well, how do I get the orange juice? And it's like, you have to give them an orange. And it's like, how do I get an orange? And it's like, well, you have to like do some sports and get an orange token. And then you have to trade the orange token for an orange. And then you have to trade the orange for the orange. It's like, it's so insane. You just find yourself just doing what they tell you, but you're not really enjoying. There's no enjoyment to the side stories. We talked about The Witcher. The side story is really interesting. There's no enjoyment. You just have to do what weird thing it says and find it. And it's so frustrating. It's a huge disappointment, but yeah, like, I don't think they're just going to fix. It's easy to say, oh, they'll fix the bugs and put a patch out. Let me just say this. I told you the trailer for this game came out 3 years ago, and everything in the trailer is in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've been doing for 3 years, but they said in November this game was coming out in December, and then about a month later, we got the game. Maybe even a little bit more than a month, we got the game. I don't know if they just assumed they'd fix all the bugs or not, but I cannot finish the game. Both Jesse and I, and at least 2 other people I know, are stuck in the same place where we can't advance the story because a quest glitched. So we're waiting for it. Now, this first patch that's coming, I don't know when it'll come through, hopefully this week, fixes that glitch. Cool. I hope it does. I mean, because when you have your save file involved, I hope it does. But like, none of the other stuff, because they released the release notes for it, all of these other glitches are not there in this list. So don't expect that this game will be fixed in a month. Don't expect it'll be done in 6 months. That eventually it's a small team. They're going to move on. This game has already been probably at least 4.5, 5 years in development. They're not going to spend 6 months fixing bugs. They need to move on.
John, I'm to the point listening to you, like, I don't even want to play it. I really don't. Like,
you want to play it. You want to play it
Golf Story
because you loved Golf Story so much, and that's the biggest crime. Is this company had a pedigree like Sidebar Games? Like, okay, like, I loved Golf Story, I'll play anything. I'm looking right now on Metacritic. They don't have many critic reviews because I think people can't finish the game. The user score at one point was 3.1, then it was 2.8. Right now it's 2.2. 2.2 out of 10.
I mean, did they just try to do too much? Like, why not just take one new sport or just create Golf Story 2? They probably could have put Golf Story 2 out in a year or 2 years. If it's the same mechanics, the same everything.
Probably a different sport would have been good. Because golf is, I mean, like, there's a lot of golf fans.
But Hambone talked about Soccer Story. Different people, but almost looks identical.
I think this is better. I mean, this game should have been better than Soccer Story from what I've seen of Soccer Story. This game, if it, like I said, if it wasn't so buggy and all the other issues, would be playable. And then just make the quests, like, if they just gave you some guidance on the quests, even though the stories are insane, it would still be more fun. Give me a little guidance and get rid of the jankiness. It could become like an 8 out of 10 or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I'm not playing it right now. I don't think there's any point in picking it up and playing it.
The only reason I want you to play it is because I just want you to really, because I think you and Hambone and Kuzi were like come on, they
You're
can't be
being
this
too hard.
bad. I'm being like hard on it or whatever. And I had to go to Metacritic and say, look, I'm not the only one. Um, I almost want you to play it so you can really go, wow, they really fucked this up. It's amazing, but they did. They really fucked it up, and I'm shocked. That's what makes it disappointing. I wouldn't say this any bad game is disappointing. I say it because this game had such a pedigree,
Yeah,
and
potential.
they had 5 years. And what did they do? Like, you can't even finish the game. Like, they didn't even make sure the game was beatable when they released it. It's shocking. It's
sad.
shocking.
Sad, disappointing.
It's disappointing. So that's it. But go watch my review, and yeah, don't buy this game for at least 3 months, and then we'll see what happens.
Let's get to the meat.
Drew, season 4 is here.
Woo!
This is the meat. The meat is still here.
The meat is here.
If you are an astute Dad's After Dark listener, you might have noticed some subtle episode changes. We don't really have to go through them all, but we've obviously, changed when we talked about things and how we talk about things and whatever. One big thing that is missing is that we don't have the bounty board anymore. Sorry,
no more
Sadie.
bounty board.
No more bounty board. And the reason why we don't have the bounty board anymore is because it just became too much of a headache to come up with bounties. We've talked about this, but if you do a bounty for an old game that people have, it might be something people have already done. If you do a bounty for a new game, it's just hard to know what's a challenge and what's not until the game comes out.
Sometimes it'd be too easy, or sometimes it'd be impossible, and we didn't know.
Right. We've put out bounties where people got it done within an hour. We've put out bounties where people had already done it. We've put out bounties that nobody did it. Yeah. So it just became tricky to come up with good ones. And so we just decided, we just not do it. Like if we're not having fun trying to come up with bounty ideas, we just won't do it anymore. So we're going to stay more focused with our monthly mayhems. We've expanded the winnings. So part of the bounty budget is going into monthly mayhem. And we might have some other wrinkles that we throw in along the way, but we're going to stay focused on the monthly mayhems. And that's going to be a big thing. Every episode we're going to talk about monthly mayhem, but the bounty board is gone. We also have some new social media to discuss.
Yes, we do.
Drew, you are the master talker.
I'm a talker.
Talk about our new social media.
Talking and Gramming is my middle name, and I never knew it. Yeah, I'm not a big social media guy in general. I think really all I ever use is the outdated Facebook, and that's just because I was in certain groups for vacation and stuff. I get to see stuff, but now I have TikTok, I have Instagram, and I have what is amazing is the username and password that John was kind enough to give me for those two things, because he wouldn't give it to me for Twitter, but I have it for TikTok and Instagram. I did an Instagram post.
What do you mean? What does this mean? I did not give it to you.
You did give it to me. Not that I wanted it.
I would gladly give it to you, but
I still don't have it, John.
You're scared.
But now I already have these two. I don't need to be writing. I just need to get my beautiful face out there for TikTok and Instagram.
Twitter's dying.
They're all dying. They're all dead. Social media sucks. Let's be honest. But anyways, TikTok at N Dads After Dark, and for Instagram, N Dads After Dark. Super simple. The letter N, Dads After Dark for both places. Go follow us. I send you guys a beautiful song, and I suck at singing. Okay, and it was fun. It was great. I'm sitting on the couch the other night, and I hear my voice singing my beautiful Nintendo song, and I look over, and Amy's on TikTok watching my video saying, "What the hell is this?" I didn't tell her I did it. I just did it. I said, "Oh yeah, that was me. I did my first talk." And she goes, "What is it?" I said, "Just listen. Just a fun little song. I had some time to chill." And that was it. So we talked about Instagram. TikTok is going to be for whatever fun little things like that. John will be posting some gaming videos up there. If we're feeling goofy, we'll just let it loose. I mean, we'll probably be no Bob Cruzy. Give him a follow because he's
a professional, man. Like that dude has costume changes, editing involved, hours of work.
Why didn't we just hire him to do our TikTok?
I mean, we could. We could just buy him out. We could do like
I think we should.
Yeah, let's do like an Elon deal. Let's just buy him out and then he could just make
give him the
content for
access.
us.
Like that video he made, he could just did it on ours.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We should just give him access.
Yeah.
We'll
no, he does a great job, by the way.
He does.
But yeah, no, the TikTok will be for like, I think up-to-date news. If there's a big announcement that happens, we might react right away. And then just fun stuff. I've done some fun stuff on there before. Just the usual TikTok. If you're a TikToker, like, I don't know if you've ever been like, if you've watched a lot of TikTok. It sounds like Amy watches TikTok.
Apparently, I didn't know that. I didn't even know she had TikTok.
I didn't know she was following us.
I didn't know she was either.
I'm going to do a video just for Amy so that I know she's going to see them. So I'm going to be like, hello, this message is for Amy. Have you finished Life is Strange yet? What's going on, Amy? Amy, stop with the Wonder Boy. Stop.
Yeah.
Just move on.
No,
Sega's done.
Dreamlight Valley. That's what she needs to stop with.
Yeah, put Drew's Switch down. By the way, when you went to, was it the other night you went to go see, you went,
oh yeah,
went to Dave & Buster's, you went to Avatar. Did you go to Dave & Buster's or did you just?
I did.
Okay. Avatar and all that. 3 times while 3 times I saw on my Switch, Drew, Disney Dreamlight Valley.
And you're like, he's not even home.
And I was totally going to write you and say, oh man, she is going to town on your Switch, man. In fact, it probably kept coming up because she had to charge it for a while. And it was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
She did not miss you at all.
I did have to look how many hours. You'll have to look for me.
Oh, for Disney? I'll look it up right now.
Yeah.
It's probably horrifying.
It probably is.
What else do we got coming up soon?
So what we have is long-awaited. People, you guys have asked. We did our homework. We put the work in, and we finally have merch coming out. Now, I can't guarantee you it's going to be today, tomorrow. It's going to be soon. I'll tell you where we're at. We will be using Redbubble for most of the merch for now. We have some really cool stuff. We took the time. We made sure we designed them correctly. Each product was individually designed through Redbubble, right? So we weren't just throwing our logo up there and letting Redbubble design the physical merch. We adjusted all the sizes. We set the prices to try to make them affordable for you guys. We did all of that. I went through, I did all the verifications for the payments and emails and all that stuff. The only thing left that I need to figure out, or John, is how to make it public. So that's where we're at. It could happen by the time you're listening to this. It might not.
Right.
But hopefully within a week or so. But it might be already live. I don't know. We'll let you guys know in Discord, and we'll let you know the status of next episode. And in the future, we'll put the link right in the show notes of every episode, so you guys can easily click it. But the merch is here. The merch is finally coming. Also with Season 4, keep an eye out. We might, we've talked in the past about some new ideas for other, I don't want to say logos. Our logo is not going anywhere. That logo is there for life. But maybe some other stuff. That's all I'll say. Some other merch logo stuff that we have some ideas for. So more to come on that. But merch is coming. Go buy yourself stuff. That's all I got to say. Go buy.
I'm gonna spend some of my Christmas money. I gotta get some stuff. You sent me those Dads After Dark socks. I love them.
Yeah,
that's a great deal.
Glad you enjoyed them. I bought myself a pair as well, so I have the same ones.
Yeah, I like the purple. I like the purple on the end of the sock.
It looks nice. Came out well.
Yeah, sweet. I'm excited. Instagram is an account we're doing just to share like our collection. So I've been taking pictures of stuff in my collection. We're starting to see some of Drew's stuffies. It's been a while. Hey, Drew, it's been like 5 days. I need a gram.
Tomorrow I'm going to gram some Nintendo Legos.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
But that's going to be basically like our collection. Don't expect news or anything else from that. But you might maybe get a picture of one of us.
Yeah.
But TikTok is still rolling out. Drew has been the most active with it. I'm trying to get myself moving on that. So
maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. I got to think of something.
I'm going to be more into the comedy bits. I'm going to be honest, because I watch a lot of TikTok. So I got to get myself in the groove and ready to go.
See, I've not into the editing or anything yet. I've always just filmed the video and then just uploaded it.
It's fun. Just play with it. Like it's pretty fun. You record something, you pause it. You record something, you pause it. You can do whatever. You can. It's fun. One thing that won't be on TikTok is the game reviews. In the past, I have had the game reviews in there. I just don't think it's landscape. It's not a great venue for it. I might do some other sort of gaming review content, but it won't be the same thing as the 90-second reviews. So those are going to roll off. Drew,
John,
let's talk about 2023 gaming goals. I know you're not a resolution guy.
I'm not.
But surely in 2023, you have some ideas for maybe something you want to do. Let's talk about it. I haven't thought about this.
Maybe I haven't either. Maybe you can help me come up with something good. Because I'm, Amy defines my gaming as like 3 games I play. Right?
Roguelike? Wait, let me do it. Roguelikes?
Mm-hmm.
Shitty games. Don't you dare say no, because that's what it is. Shitty games. GameCube games.
I mean, if you had to, from Amy's point of view, I think I would generalize it as generalize.
Generalize it?
Generalize?
Let's generalize it.
That sounds dirty. I like it. I would say some type of road game, mostly like a side stroller road game, like Road Legacy. Best way to compare it. I think the other genre would be some type of adventure action game, like a Dragon Quest or even Xenoblade or a Zelda, just some open world-ish type action game. I don't know what a third one would be, but I think that's the 2 of them are mostly. And then, I mean, she knows I play like Slay the Spire and Inscription and like card type. I'm gonna play, So, but those 2 is she really says you play the same games. It's like one or the other. And I was like, that's a fair point. So maybe
you said you play Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Exactly. That's it. Period.
Oh, by the way, 110 hours.
Wow, she's been playing behind my back. Dirty bastard. I don't know. Maybe your goal is maybe I need to open myself up. I don't want to say sports games. I used to like to play a lot of sports games.
But, I did too. I played nothing but sports games as a kid.
I think about playing like I have PGA Tour. I could bring that back up.
Okay, golf. All right. Because I was going to say the other one is you play a lot of golf games.
I do play a lot of golf games. I mean, I could try FIFA, but I don't think I want to try FIFA. No, I don't. I'm out. You know what? Subtract that. You can cut that whole piece
FIFA's
out.
weird. That's a weird.
I'm out on FIFA.
That's a bad port too.
Well, what's my other options here? Like, what else did I used to play? Remember at Paladins? I played the shit out of that game. I don't want to enter some battle pass thing because that sucks you right in.
There are some games that you play a lot, like golf games. You play a lot of different golf games. That's fine. I'm not telling you not to play golf games, but that's the one.
I like golf games.
But yeah, I don't know if I think with genres, there are a lot of people that want to try something different. And I think that's fun is play a game that's usually not your jam or not something you would think to play and just play one to completion and just see what you feel.
I did. I played Wild Hearts for you and I didn't like it. But I beat it. I didn't go back and 100% it.
Oh yeah, you should have.
I shouldn't have.
Did you watch the Kit and Krista identify the music thing they did last week? Sayonara Wild Hearts made an appearance.
Not watch.
Apparently Krista's a huge fan of Sayonara Wild Hearts.
I don't.
I don't know what genre, because you play adventure games, you play RPGs, you play platformers and rogues.
But that's most of the 2 genres I play.
Yeah, you said sports you don't play.
I like sport games though. I just gotta be like the right.
You know what it is about sports games? When I was a kid, 80% of my collection was sports games.
Same.
I didn't play RPGs at all. And the reason why was I had an older brother who also loved sports. So we played hockey, we played boxing, we played basketball, football.
Same thing. Yeah.
You don't have that now. You can play online, but it's not the same.
It's because there's always someone way better than you. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Look at Strikers. I loved Strikers, and then people got way better than me, and I thought I was pretty good at that game. Yeah. And it's not fun when you're just getting schooled in a sports game.
Well, because they're also exploiting it. They're researching how to exploit it. Whereas you're just playing for fun, but they're exploiting.
Listen, I don't even want to I don't want to play online and win 10-0. I don't even care if I play in a game and lose. I really don't. I've never been a sore loser. I don't mind losing if it was a 2-1, 3-2, a good game of whatever sport it is.
Right.
I don't mind if I lose a game, if I enjoyed it and had fun. I was like, oh man, that was intense, But my problem is I'm limited with having only a Nintendo, right? I'm always going to be limited to types of games that I can play.
Yeah, but
There's a lot.
there's a lot of genres to play too. I'm looking at a list of game genres, platform games, which I think everybody plays them.
Yeah.
Shooters. I mean, you play Paladins.
I could jump into like Overwatch.
I mean,
Do I
that's
want it?
basically Paladins.
Yeah.
But you could try.
I
mean,
probably
Overwatch
would
is
get sucked
free.
in.
Yeah, you can play it for free.
I thought Overwatch 2 was not free.
No, Overwatch 2 is free. Overwatch 1 wasn't free.
Oh, gotcha.
So
That's right.
you can play Overwatch 2. So even if you don't like it, you just delete it.
Hmm.
There's a lot of games like that too, like the soccer game, Rocket League.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's so many free to play games now.
I mean, you have
could
Splatoon too. But Splatoon gets boring. My problem is any game like that gets boring eventually.
Because you're like me, you don't want to play a game forever.
No, I don't.
Yeah, and I always say that like you can only really have one forever game in your life at any given moment. So if you want that to be Splatoon, then it's Splatoon. If you want it to be Overwatch, then it's Overwatch. If you want it to be Rocket League, it's Rocket League. But like
Strikers,
you can't have
all
multiple. Yeah. Fighting games?
No, never been. I mean, I played Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter like any kid did growing up, but I'm not a fighter guy.
You don't want to get like super into like Smash Brothers.
I didn't even like Smash. I mean, I played the storyline and I beat it, but it wasn't.
It's fun to play in a room full of people, for a bit. But
I'd rather play something else.
Beat 'em ups, Shredder's Revenge.
I play those. I mean, yeah.
What was the other one that came out? It was the fourth game. Oh God,
for what?
I forgot. It was from the Sega series. I can't remember what it was. Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah,
the beat 'em ups. Stealth.
No, I used to play stealth games. I'm not a fan of those either.
Okay.
There was this stealth game called, God, I want to say it was called Sting, and it was PC based. And it was, you were a robber and you had to rob banks. It was like old school graphics, typical like Windows 95 type stuff. PC. Loved that game. Is that the end of it?
I think I like stealth games, but
oh yeah, Sting. That's it. The Sting.
The Sting. Is
the
it like
Sting.
the singer? Am I going to get the singer?
Sting PC game. It's like this cartoony-ish type.
Oh, it's the Sting with an exclamation point.
Oh yeah, look at that. Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
Mark of the Ninja is a fantastic stealth game. I loved Mark of the Ninja. It's by Clay.
Okay.
That's really fun if you ever want to try a stealth game. Survival games. What are survival games? Like Don't Starve.
Maybe I need to play like horror, like get back into Resident Evil stuff. Shooter games. I think I need to get back into like a shooter game.
I wouldn't say Resident Evil is a shooter though.
Well,
that's more of a survival horror.
You know what? I don't like Resident Evil. Let's get off of that one.
Okay. Rhythm games. Obviously, you love Sayonara Wild Hearts a lot.
Nope. Story-driven games? No. What would you call Life is Strange? What do you call those?
Narrative games.
No, out on those. Limited.
Puzzle games? I find those boring too.
Boring. That's like a mobile game in my eyes.
What about like a Pokemon Unite, like a MOBA? So you played Pokemon Unite, didn't you?
My son probably has 200 hours into Pokemon Unite.
Wow.
So I need help because he's been playing on the iPad under, I think, probably my iTunes account.
Oh no, here we go.
Well, that's fine. No, but he sometimes can play on the Switch if Zoe wants to play on the iPad. You got to take turns. I need to somehow link the Switch version to my Apple account, but I'm nervous I'm going to fuck it up and I'm going to overwrite my Apple account. And he's level 100, whatever. And sometimes
just
he plays
have him start from scratch. He's a kid. He'd be like, fine.
He does, and he's two different games. On the Switch, he's level 10, and on the iPad, he's level 100. Whatever.
Yeah, so he's got like two different worlds.
But I've probably put $40 into the iPad game over the course of whatever, a year. Like I would buy him, a little bit here and there. Oh, well, not today. And then I'll buy you this one for $5. So.
Okay.
I mean, I already invested a little bit of money into it, so I wouldn't mind transferring that over.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I did look into it.
What
Anyways,
about tactics games?
I don't mind tactic games, but I don't like them in big doses. Like I like every once in a while. Like obviously I loved War Groove, right?
Oh, Wargroove is so good.
But I couldn't play War Groove and then another War Groove and then another War Groove. I mean, we tried Into the Breach. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I got frustrated with it
Oh,
eventually.
love Into the Breach.
See, my problem with tactic games is like I don't quit a lot of games, but tactic games frustrate me.
I
If
don't
I
even know
can't
the
figure
difference
them out.
between tactics and strategic, but yeah, like there's different ones that Into the Breach is so freaking good. Fire Emblem, you said you're gonna play Fire Emblem
Oh, Engage?
Engage.
Am I? Should I?
I don't know. Well, it's in 19 days. Every time Nintendo puts a video or gives more information on it, I fucking go ballistic. It looks so good. And I know
I
it's
know.
like when the game comes out, it might be like, oh, this isn't what I was like getting hyped for, but I can't resist. I keep getting so hyped. The
Now
animations look so good. The
this is a
characters look
straight
so
up like
cool.
new. This isn't a spin-off.
It's a brand new Fire Emblem. It looks like it's more part of the core series, the 2-dimensional, move your guys around. It doesn't have that 3D look. It doesn't have it does have a hub where you like do relationships and whatever, but it doesn't look as involved as Three Houses did. Thank God. It just every time they put out a little video, I'm
So
like,
this is going to be
oh
like. Let's talk about this for a minute. This is like open worldish type, like a Zelda, but the battle is different, or no? Is it any open world
no.
this at all?
No.
It's not.
No, there's well, from what I
I've
know,
never
because
played Fire. I've never played a Fire Emblem. I understand the battle and
yeah.
technique and how your hero can die and stuff. I get that, but like,
They're all a little different, especially Three Houses. But this one looks like it's going to be ultimately there is a hub area where there's shops and whatever, and then
okay.
you go into battles, whether they're like training battles or mission
Okay.
battles or side quest battles, which in general is how most Fire Emblem games are. Three Houses kind of had more of a bigger story and a huge, I wouldn't say open world, but a huge castle where you interacted with people. And I love Three Houses to death. I played through
Okay.
it 3 times, but I did want to see a Fire Emblem that was like, let me just do a battle and then go get some equipment and then go do a battle and then go make some equipment, like that sort of thing.
So there's a central hub where you can run around, you talk to different people, and that's when you go into your battle mode. And now is the battles, I mean, again, I gotta compare it to something like a War Groove-ish type
Yeah.
concept where it's like it's
2D overhead.
grid-based.
Yeah.
So even this will be bit grid based like that?
Yes.
Okay. And then they'll have 3D animations for like the actual like
The
killing
game
of
is
somebody or
game's
battle.
3D, but the camera forces it into like a 2D view. But like it'll actually rotate and show the battle and
That's yeah. Okay.
yeah. Go
So
through if
maybe
you go
that's
through
something I would like.
go through the Nintendo America Twitter account, they've been showing little clips here and there. You can go through their YouTube. It just every one of them just looks so good. The art looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. I hope it doesn't let me down.
Right,
But you
maybe
can get
I'll...
into tactics because you liked War Groove. Into the Breach is a different kind of tactics
It
game. It's
is.
okay if it's like, all right, that was okay, but it's not the same as that one. So I didn't talk about it. I'll talk about it next episode, but I started playing Tactics Ogre Reborn. And that one reminded me of Triangle Strategy because it's sort of an isometric view. And what I don't like about the isometric view games is when you're moving around in a grid, it's like your D-pad is not lined up with the grid. So it can be confusing as to where you're moving your cursor.
Mm-hmm.
And the characters will overlap a lot. And this game has the ability to change the camera angle, but I don't know. There's times when you can't change the camera. Oh my God. And fighting guys just takes forever. If you play War Groove, you can like go up to an enemy, maybe hit them a second time and they'll die. This game, I swear to God, you have to like attack somebody 8 times to kill them. But there's different ones. So, but you could get into tactics games. I don't want to overkill on that, but
Maybe I'll give this one a go.
I think you should try Fire Emblem Engage.
Okay.
That's still to me the best tactics game. I'm spoiled on Fire Emblem. I think
Maybe
that's
Amy will
why
be like, oh, this is different.
Yeah, I think that's why I have some reservations about Tactics Ogre and Triangle Strategy and whatever, because it's like none of them are Fire Emblem.
All right.
Yeah. So you could try a different. Yeah.
So maybe that's my gaming goal. Maybe my goal is to try Fire Emblem.
Yeah. I would like to get into a forever game. Right now I'm playing Monster Hunter, but I don't know if that's a forever game.
I think we need a forever game that we could play together, but also play independently.
Yeah,
I
like
think
Diablo.
that should be our goal, John. Our gaming goal is to play more with each other.
So like what?
I don't know.
Should we become Rocket League pros?
If that's what we decided, like I think that's the type of thing we need in Overwatch or Rocket League or something. I'm not saying those games, something like that we can play independently, but then team up and play together.
I feel like I could totally. I used to love Rocket League, and it's a great port on the Switch. So like I feel like Rocket League would be fun.
Never played it.
We can make a team. You never played Rocket League?
No.
It takes some time to like get better and better, but it's fine. I mean, I'm not great at it either.
Is there still a big community?
Oh yeah, because it went free to play like a year and a half ago.
See, that's my fear. Like Strikers, the community went to shit. And I get that's also limited because it's only Nintendo Switch. There's no crossplay or anything like that. So now you're super limited when it's something like that
and
happens.
It's soccer, and you pay $60 to get in it.
Correct.
Right, because they don't do the free to play. Pokemon Unite is like I think maybe the only console game Nintendo really
That's
does.
a good point.
Pokemon Go. I mean, like mobile games are all like that. Like they've done that with their mobile games. But
you think that like what if like Mario? I know they would never do this, Nintendo, because it's their first party. But imagine if Mario Strikers went free to play for NSO subscribers. Maybe only the online mode. You could join a club and play Strikers.
But everybody says that about Splatoon, right? Splatoon was the game. Like Splatoon 3 should have been the game where they made it free, and then you buy the outfits instead of like
do battle passes and stuff.
Yeah, they should have just done that, but they
would have been more money.
They just didn't think so. I mean, like whatever, you can argue it till the cows come home. They just decided that's not what they wanted to do. I don't know. But yeah, like Mario Strikers could have been that, whatever. They just decided not to do it. I don't know if they will, besides Pokemon Unite. I don't know. But yeah, Rocket League, I would do it with. I don't do shooters, so I bet you I would enjoy. I enjoyed Paladins a little bit. Overwatch, I could get into it because I think it's third person, right? It's not a first person game. I could try it. I would probably play it on PlayStation. So if they had a crossplay, I wouldn't play it on Switch. But I don't know. I'm really just not into shooters. I'm really bad at shooters. And I would play on a console, so I think you're at a disadvantage. I don't know. I'm just not into it.
But that's why Diablo was so good. But Diablo eventually is going to go stale as well. You know, just when you do so much, so many times.
Well, and Diablo 4 comes out in June, and there's no announcement of it coming to Switch, so we wouldn't be able to play. Let me do a quick search and see. There's Fortnite, Apex Legends, Multiverses, which you just said you don't like Smash. PUBG, obviously these are mostly shooters. Paladins.
Did you ever play Dauntless? Which was like the rip-off of Monster Hunters?
I just like Monster Hunter. I don't, nah, I wouldn't be against it, but Monster Hunter is just, it's so good. It's like, I don't need. I
agree. You're so locked in on that too.
If I played Dauntless, I wouldn't play Monster Hunter.
No, I agree. Monster Hunter is definitely better. I played both. I'm
a little worried, Drew, because I accidentally got another month of Game Pass because it renewed on me. I thought I had canceled it, and so I just wanted month of December. Now I have the month of January. I think I told you this. I put the Xbox in the living room, so it's a family console now.
Well, now someone else will get locked in on something new.
Yeah, well, I told Michelle about Disney Dreamlight Valley, whatever. Okay. But Monster Hunter comes to Xbox on January 21st. And now that I have Game Pass, I just want to see what it looks like.
Now, dumb question. Can you transfer your account?
No.
Oh, don't you dare play that game then.
I have no plans to.
Oh God. You said that about The Witcher 3.
I have no plans to. Well, because it's a $40, I think it's $30 or $40 now when it comes out in January. But it's on Game Pass, and it's like, well, I can try it, and I will. I absolutely am so curious. I can just try it for free now. I'm just going to try it, but I am terrified that I'm going to like it. and the first thing I'll do is buy it on PlayStation and play Rise all over again. I'm terrified.
I'll murder you. Don't
I'm
you? Don't play it. Why did you care what it
I'm
looks like?
I just want to see, because it looks bad on. I mean, it looks good for a Switch
It
game,
doesn't
but
matter. You're so locked in. You cannot. You probably have like 300 hours into that game.
I have 300 hours in that game.
See?
And I'm playing Sunbreak every week. Me and my friend will play. They do one quest a week, and we just
See,
bang it
that's what
out.
I want. That's all I'm asking for, John. I want one quest a week with you.
Oh, you can't do one quest a week if you just start. You know what Nick was saying on his Game
Well, I don't
Pass
want to
News
play
show?
Monster Hunter anymore.
Nick was like saying, I think I just want to do it. Like, I'll play like 2 or 3 monsters a month or something. And I like laughed out loud. Sorry, Nick. I laughed out loud. I was like, that's not what you're going to do. You were either going to be crack addicted to Monster Hunter or not playing at all. You're not going to be coming back to this game once a week.
I was addicted when it came out. I mean,
Yeah.
I played the game right up until I rolled credits, and I know that's where those games really just begin, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 sets of credits.
Agreed. And I did it, and I played it, and I said this was fun, and I love the idea of it. But at the end of the day, for me, it was a little boring. I think it's too much. Fighting the monsters it's a lot. Right, it's a long. It might take 45 minutes sometimes, and then you might die at the very end, and you lose. You did it all for nothing.
Or some random person you're playing with online faints twice because they're an idiot.
Yeah, so
for all of those are perfectly legit, and I think it's a reason why a lot of people don't like the games, and whatever.
Or you go out there for 45 minutes and you kill them, and you guys were successful, but you needed the shoulder blade, not the tail, and it's just like. I have to go do this again, and it's not a guarantee. And I get that. That's an MMO. That's me. I love MMOs, but it's like, I don't know. There's something about it. It was too long of one guy for not enough reward for me.
I don't play it like for that reason. I've gotten my weapons and whatever, but I go to just checklist everything off. So that's why I do like one quest a week. And because they just add one quest a week, check, and I'm done. There's people that'll just keep fighting the same monster over again.
They want the armors.
I don't really. I don't do that. Like, my stuff is fine. I don't do it. I totally get it though. Like, you played a lot of it, and then you didn't play Sunbreak at all. I totally get it. Yeah. But I do want to play it for like an hour on Xbox, and I'm a little scared. I'm going to be like, ooh, this is nice. I'm just going to put it out there, but I got 3 weeks until that happens. I don't see anything else. There's Knockout City. Remember that one? I think it was like dodgeball.
Yeah, I tried it. Didn't like it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry everybody. We're just going through and figuring out which Forever game we're going to play together. Honestly, I kind of want to try Pokemon Unite.
I'll tell you, if you like it, I'll play it. I play. It's fun. It's not bad.
I'm gonna try it. Oh, there's Fall Guys too. But okay, that's a little different though. You don't really play with
Fall
somebody.
Guys. You don't work towards anything though. Unite does have a battle pass. I'd never sign up for it because. Oh yeah, I don't think my son needs it, but there is a battle pass.
When the Nintendo dads were doing Extra Life, I bought the what was that game that you didn't like? Not Darkest Dungeon. The one with the crow. Remember it was like a Zelda type game, and you played as a crow and
Dead something. Death's Door.
Death's Door. Yeah. And I bought the Death's Door outfit. Did you see they just released Encanto outfits?
On Fall Guys, we're talking?
Yes. You can be the main girl, you can be the big, strong girl, and you can be Bruno.
How have they not come up with Mario costumes yet?
Well, because that's really specific.
I have Robotnik and Sonic costume, I think.
Yeah.
I think I bought 2. I can't remember I think I bought that one. I bought one other one. I don't remember what it was.
I'll be honest, like, I like Fall Guys. There are times when I'm like, I should just play Fall Guys for an hour. Like, what am I playing? Like, Persona
the problem with
or something.
Fall Guys is you play, it's fun, but like at the end of the day, I don't know. There's not a lot to show off besides an outfit or so. There's no like full fulfillment, I guess you could say.
It's no Monster Hunter.
It's no Monster Hunter. What game did we just say? I already forgot before that.
Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite. That's right. I'm going to lock that in. Plus, Pokemon Unite you could also play on your phone. So if you're shitting, you did a little game in or so, like, and it will, if you link your accounts correctly, like, I didn't figure it out, but
I'll try out Pokemon Unite this week. You should try Rocket League.
all right, maybe I'll try that.
And I think there's probably people in the community that will play Rocket League. And you can buy like cars. I remember one time before it went free, I bought the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
And I was set. I was like, I do not need
You
any
don't need
other
more?
car. I'm good. I'm the DeLorean guy. That's it.
Until
That's all
like
I'm
the
going with.
Jurassic Park Jeep comes out, and then you're like, I need that.
Yeah. Well, they have tons of like, they have the Ghostbusters cars and all that stuff. It's fun though. You can do the training sessions. They have training and all that. And it's a really good Switch port. It's like a really good port.
Mhm.
All right. Last topic I want to talk about with you. Sports story.
Sure.
We got into a little bit, but I got into a bit of a spat on Twitter with a couple people. Sports story costs $15 on eShop. And you and I, we were like, wow, that's really cheap. In
That
fact,
is cheap.
I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it on day one. And then when I saw it was $15, I'm like, okay, I'm buying it right now. Somebody on Twitter replied to the Sidebar Games post about how a patch is coming, saying, you guys should have charged double for this game. It's so expansive and that sort of thing. And I wrote to them and said, kind of weird to tell the company that their buggy game that soft locks and crashes and is broken and completely unbeatable, that they should have charged double for it. Like, maybe it fixed the game.
Yeah.
And this person said, oh, you like to tell people what to think and all that stuff. And we got into it. It was great.
This was on our account?
This is on Twitter. Oh, yeah. Oh, I yell at people all the time, Drew. This is why you can't have the credentials.
I need to start following.
Drew, a little secret. I get the most followers when I yell at people.
That's great.
Well, I don't like yell at people, but when people have bad opinions, I let them know. And
Sure.
people agree with me. What responsibility does a publisher have when they put out a game that's buggy / janky / broken? Are there any games that you've played that were like that? And where is the line for release?
The thing is, responsibility is a tricky word, because I would say from a responsibility point of view, it's a zero, right? I could go through the process of being a game publisher and putting out a game about just you shitting on a toilet, and that's my own problem. However, with that being said, the responsibility, I think, is 0%. But don't expect now people to buy your game ever again if you start to create bad mojo, right? I guess that's my point. Is I don't know if they owe anybody anything, right? Their
Drew,
company.
You do this all the time.
It's true. It's true.
I don't need the technicals of it,
Why do
but
they
from
owe us
your
anything?
point of view, like, what would piss you off? Like, what when you get a game, like you got Pokemon Scarlet. We did a whole episode on Pokemon Scarlet Violet, and it's being janky, and like I didn't
So I think
play
this
it.
is a good example. I think that's a good example, right? So I think from Pokemon, the responsibility is this is the number one franchise in the world, right? That the responsibility is they have a brand, people know who they are, they respect who they are, they have a responsibility to meet the demands of their customer. I think they're an established company. That's their responsibility. For people like this, right? The Sidebar Games has Golf Story. They have people that love their game. I don't even know what else they make, if they make anything else. I don't know. I don't care.
That's all they had.
I don't care. So their responsibility is to fulfill all the people that love Golf Story. Sure. I mean, by putting out a game that doesn't work, that's really only hurting themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So I don't know. I think it's a tricky question.
So you're trying to say they have no responsibility whatsoever, but what I'm going for is Sports Story is going to completely hurt Sidebar Games.
1,000%.
It doesn't matter the people that bought it. There's people that bought it without seeing reviews or whatever. That's fine. I was one of those people. I bought it, whatever.
Sure.
And you could say they made their money, they don't care. But that's what I always say is, but we will care on the next game. That's where you have to worry.
We will.
I'm never buying a Sidebar game again on day one. Like that's forever. Never again until they earn their reputation back. Because right now I'm going to go, what if
Agreed.
their next game is, what if they put out Golf Story 2? Right? Like that could be their next game. No way I'm buying that day one.
But I think that's my point is I don't know if the responsibility is there, but I think their reputation is now tarnished, right? And I think they have to now build that bridge back up. And I think
Right.
that in the long run is going to really hurt them when it comes to them. Look at me. I literally yelled like I don't even get excited over games during Direct. When they shadow dropped this and even showed the trailer, my kids were watching with me. Like I got so excited. My kids looked at me like, "What is wrong with you, Dad?" I'm like, "I've been waiting 5 years for this game. I am so excited." Like,
Yeah.
but that was my hype,
Yes.
right?
I know.
And now we're sitting here, and I just said to you a half hour ago, I don't even know if I'm going to buy this game anymore.
Because I'm telling you, you shouldn't buy it. It's not, they haven't earned it.
But so obviously their reputation is tarnished. It's gone.
Right. Exactly. It's not irreparable, but they're going to have to earn it back. So let's just say 5 years from now, Golf Story 2 comes out. I ain't buying it until I see reviews from reputable sources that say this game's smooth and it's fun and here's a good review. Do you realize with Sports Story what they really did? They shadow dropped it. Nobody got any advanced copies of this game. There were no reviews. And
Obviously,
even
there's a
today,
reason.
and I mean, this is the biggest proof of it all. Our review is the highest viewed video in our history. And that's compared to we have videos that are 3 years old.
Yeah.
Because there are no reviews out there. People looking for reviews are not finding them. They are finding my 90-second review. There's no reviews out there. IGN didn't do it. Nobody's covered it. Nobody's beaten it. I don't even know what the end of this game looks like. I don't think anybody has beaten it yet.
So, but to your point right there, then, they must have known they were putting out a game that was incomplete. They had to have known this. They had to know there was bugs. There's no way they thought this game was bug-free and that they were going to get like a 9 out of 10 and all these awesome... there's no way they could have thought that.
I don't want to set the bar as bug-free. There's a lot of game developers that know their game has some bugs in it, but they just feel like not a big deal. You prioritize it, right? Showstopper, no big deal, minor. You know, there's words that are spelled wrong in the dialogue. That's fine. It's stupid. Fix it, but not a big deal.
Yeah.
But these are just like the game breaking bug that like Jesse and I are all stuck on. And then you have the soft locks, which I don't think are really acceptable. And then you have like the game is janky and it's not as fun. That's different. That's a different story.
So let's also look at it from this point of view. Sidebar Games, small little developer, not a lot of people. They only really have one big successful game. I don't know the logistics of how this happens with Nintendo, but they obviously said the game is coming out in December. Nintendo may probably approaches these guys, right? Sidebar Games, and says, listen, we're doing this brand new thing. It's this holiday little gingerbread house releasing games. We want to release Sports Story during this little mini direct. Are you guys good to go? What are you going to say? No? Seriously, well, think from their side of the house. What are you going to do? You're gonna say, we'll be ready.
I don't give a shit what like. It doesn't matter. It doesn't excuse it. Like, yeah, I'm not blaming Nintendo.
Oh no! I'm not blaming Nintendo. But I'm saying, look at it from Sidebar's point of view.
That's
how do you not?
Do you not? Because you're going to irreparably destroy your reputation.
Let me put it this way, John. If Nintendo came to us tomorrow and said, we want to put Dads After Dark out there next month, February, with whatever. And me and you said, we haven't even started making this video yet, but we'll be ready. Are you going to turn down the opportunity to go on Nintendo in next month? Or are you going to say, yep, we'll be there? Nope, we're going to be there.
You and I can throw some shit together. We'll be fine. We're not going to put out a buggy podcast.
But it's the same concept.
Nah. But you're saying is, Sidebar, of course, was going to say yes because they were given an opportunity by Nintendo.
Of course.
And they probably thought
we can get the
bugs fixed and, whatever. I'm saying that's fine. They took that opportunity and they fucked it up. And now their company has a huge stain on its reputation because their new game has a 2.2 rating. But what I'm saying is, and I don't want to get in the realm of what you can do, whatever. What I'm saying is, if they would have delayed this game, let's say 2 months and fix some of these issues, they would have reviews that are maybe 6s or 7s, and people would be buying their games.
But
Like,
let me also
it
compare this
stopped.
to something like, remember the Halloween game I played a while back called Pumpkin Jack?
Mhm.
3D platformer, fun little game, right?
Yep.
That game, if you remember correctly, had a game-breaking bug on the final boss.
Yep.
And I couldn't beat the final boss. I had to go through Twitter. I had to do it. It wasn't a huge deal because nobody knew what the fuck that. No one even heard of that fucking game. Nobody knew what it was. It was this one guy developed this fun little game. It was a Halloween game that I liked because I love Halloween. And how many people were playing it? Right? Not a big deal.
3?
Nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
But if that game was in an indie direct, right? Now what? Huge, totally different circumstances.
Yeah.
Right? So would have that guy say, I'm not gonna go on the Nintendo Direct because I might have a bug? No, you're just gonna go on there and hope for the best. So from Sidebar
That's
Games,
fine.
they probably knew this game might not be ready, but they had to go do it because this was their big chance to be another big success.
I
And now
mean,
they're fucked. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm trying to say I'm on the
they
same
made a
page.
bad
I'm trying to look
decision.
at it from the other side. I-
They might have
Man.
they might have overrated like their development team
Agreed.
or ability to get the game ready. But they screwed up. They shouldn't have done it. They tried to get it out before Christmas. I think it wasn't important. AAA developers want to get games out before the holiday because people buy games as presents, right? Madden
Yeah.
and all that. This was came out December 23rd. It's a digital only. You can't get a gift card or anything. They could have released this after Christmas. It wouldn't have mattered. And they hurt their reputation. And the thing that drives me nuts about it is this is a game that we've been waiting for forever.
Yep.
And then they decide to release it when it's broken. I mean, like, we could have waited 3 more months. We wouldn't have even noticed, right? Nothing would have been different. And they decided to rush it out at the end. Now, I do have some theories about it. I say some in my video, which is I think this has been the whole game has gone over budget. It's gone over long. They've eaten into so much of their profits with the delays. I think they just said, just put the fucking thing out. We'll fix the crashes later, and we need to move on to the next project. And I think that's what happened here, which is unfortunate. I think their hand was forced because I think, like you said, they just took too big of a bite at the apple. They just went too big. They should have just iterated on Golf Story, maybe add a couple more sports or whatever. They went too big. Everything got out of control. And you'll see if you ever play this game, there's all these different worlds and all these different events. And you're just like, I just want to play some sports and some light RPG.
Well,
I don't need all this.
So would you say it's $20 for this game?
15.
15. So
15.
So that's how much I'm looking at. Golf Story was 15, right? So Golf Story's 15.
It should have been 20. The games should be 20. Games like this are $20.
At least, right? Maybe
I
25
feel like,
if it was polished, right?
I feel like 15 was like they knew it was bad, so if they charged less, people would be less pissed.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I'm disappointed. It almost makes me want to go play Golf Story, to be honest.
I mean, go play Golf Story. It's way better. Like I said, Pokemon, it has some bugs, has some performance issues. I think there's some things in there that shouldn't have made it out, but the game is playable and all that stuff. This is just a disaster. So as a publisher, should they be arrested? No, that's not what I'm saying, but
they have to build that reputation back.
You have to build your reputation. You smeared it all because you wanted to get a game maybe 3 months out. They should have just pushed it 3 months.
But to your point, you said earlier, John, 5 years or 3 years rather. What have they been doing?
I don't know. Go. Yeah, watch that trailer. You wouldn't understand because you're not playing the game.
Yeah.
But I watched that trailer, I'm like, oh yeah, there's that scene. There's that scene. This stuff is there was so much of this there. What were they doing for the last 3 years? I have no idea.
They just completely faked that trailer 3 years. So it made almost. No. You don't know that. It should have been almost like a storyboarding type thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Could have just been a video. It could not have been playable.
It's pretty tough to put that together and have it look exactly the same. You could be right. I mean, it could be just an animation or something. It's frightening. It really is. But I think publishers, if Michelle played a game, it was I forget the name of it. It was a long time ago. It was an elephant game, and she enjoyed it. It's like a Drew game, right? It was like some indie, some developer. She thought the elephant was cute, and she got to a point where she couldn't advance because the the door wouldn't open anymore and she couldn't unblock it. She actually wrote the developer. I wrote the developer for her, and they responded and say, yeah, that's a bug. I need to fix that. And so she had to restart the game from scratch. It wasn't a long game, but whatever. But from her point of view, it's like, yeah, that developer in the future, maybe you back off. You don't buy day one. You wait and see. It helps when the developer is just a name and you don't know it. But Sidebar Games and Golf Story, it has a certain look. Then I need to fix it. We've seen it with EA. EA has put out broken games. CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk.
I mean, Golf Story right now is $7. I mean, I still think that's a steal.
You are so hung up on Golf Story, and I don't know what that has to do with any of this conversation.
I am. It's
Drew,
game was
why
so
do you keep
good.
replaying the same games, man?
I don't replay them. I'm just living in the past. I don't want to believe what you're saying. I think that's where I'm at.
I'm not saying Golf Story is bad. Go buy Sports Story right now. Go play it. I want to see your reaction.
Apparently, I won't be able to.
Go play it. Yeah. Go play Golf Story. It's better. I'm still in shock that we've been waiting so long for this, and they just threw it all away. It really is like if Silk Song comes out, the sequel to Hollow Knight, if that comes out and it's a buggy, soft locking, broken mess like this, that would be the same level, because Team Cherry only has Hollow Knight.
Okay.
It would be the same thing. I don't think they'll do it, but Sidebar sure did. Disaster. We have a couple questions that we left off in the last show. Let's hit these real quick. Now, we did that show with Bob Cousy and Hambone Johnny, so let's just pretend they're here.
Sure.
Hey, Hambone, how you doing?
Hey, what?
Tim Neoprime 33 wrote, if there was going to be a three-way, who's filming? I interpret this question as there's four of us. There's going to be a three-way. Someone's the cameraman.
Yeah.
And Drew, it has to be you.
It has to be. I got the experience.
You've got the experience. You're not as good a TikToker as Bob.
That's the fact. I don't. You know what it is though? It's not that I'm not as good. I don't know if I have the energy like he does. Like you said, he edits that. He does costumes. That legit took a half a day or more.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If you don't have the energy, being involved in the three-way might be more of an expenditure. So you probably want to film it.
Good point. I'd be the filmer. I agree with that.
Okay.
I think I would film it.
All right, Hambo and Bob, let's make a date. Chris HL94 followed that up. Similar to Tim's question, who is in your dream three-way? I believe I answered this. See my previous answer.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Now let's put together. Okay, if we're going to do a dream three-way here, Drew. First of all, real people.
I'm assuming it has to be yourself. Would be in one of one of them.
We would be in it. Two other people. I'm going to say they have to be real people, so you can't get Triss and Triss.
I was trying to say Triss.
Triss and Triss.
Well, obviously Anna Kendrick.
I got to think about it, but probably Anna Kendrick.
Probably Anna Kendrick.
Would you use this if you're going to have this like dream three-way? Like,
yeah,
I want to find someone that like I know is going to be really good in it. Because do we know that Anna Kendrick would be really good in a three-way?
It's irrelevant because I would just pick Anna Kendrick. I don't even care who the third person is. I just ignore him.
Okay, so you just see her naked and be like, oh,
yeah.
So then, who would you pick as the other person? Would you then like go like maybe get a porn star or like something like okay,
or did you get someone that's kind of ugly so it really makes Anna pop?
Do you need to help Anna?
What do they call that? A fluffer? What was that word we used when we played the game?
Hammerkin?
It was porn. No, porn or golf. There was a word.
Fluffer.
In there.
A fluffer is someone who is paid
warms
to like
them up.
Yeah, warms up the guy.
So who would be the third?
Who's your third?
Who's your third? Who's your second?
I don't know if Anna Kendrick is there or not. I certainly a consideration. I'm like, you mostly. And do you need some like synergy? Do you want to make sure everyone's like you don't want like two people who are like mortal enemies with each other? Like we have to synergize.
Okay, I don't think it matters. This is all rhetorical.
Well, this is the most important question that we're answering, I think, in the history of our show.
I don't know.
I don't feel like your energy level is there. We're picking a three-way here, Drew. This is your one opportunity. And you want to go with Anna Kendrick and some ugly person? maybe you need the ugly person because you want Anna Kendrick to see you as more beautiful.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe like another guy that's like. How about I invite you to watch?
No,
No, you're out on that.
I would just get jealous.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at hottest celebrities. Let's just get it.
All
Let's just get some. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, Shakira. This is a good one. Gal Gadot.
Who?
Well, Gal Gadot. I think they say Gal Gadot.
I get it up too.
I still call her Gadot. Madeline Klein. I don't know who that is. Selena Gomez. Beyonce. All right, we're getting weird now.
Kendall Jenner.
Megan Fox. Interesting.
Can we do Megan Fox like 10 years ago?
Yeah, we could do Transformers, Megan Fox. You know she's a performer.
That's true.
Kate Upton, interesting.
Ooh, she's good.
Are you into Natalie Portman? I'm not really.
I don't mind her.
Have you ever seen the Natalie Portman rap skits on SNL?
Yes.
Holy shit, they're so good.
How about Naomi Watts like 15 years ago?
I don't find her super hot. Remember the other girl that was in Mulholland Drive?
Nope.
Okay, thought she was hotter. Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry 10 years ago.
Here's an interesting one. Kristen Bell.
Okay, yep.
I mean, she's like adorkable. Is that what you're looking for?
Adorable? Oh, that's who I want. I'll take Zooey Deschanel.
Oh.
Wasn't when we started the adorkable list, wasn't it her?
She's like
and Anna?
Primo, yeah. Like Anna, yeah.
I'll take those two. That's my final answer.
Okay, so you're doing Anna Kendrick, and wow, you really are having an adorkable threesome.
Yeah, Drewsome.
I stumbled on someone I think is in it for sure. Salma Hayek.
Ooh, she's old.
Oh my God. I mean, like, is she older than me?
Well,
She's
you're old.
my
I guess
age,
that's
probably.
okay.
Selma Hayek is, how old do you think Selma Hayek is?
She's got to be close to 50 now.
56 years old.
Told you. You can pitch anybody in the world, and you're pitching a 56.
I'm telling you, she's got experience.
She's got experience.
Jennifer Lawrence, Blake Lively, Keira Knightley, Olivia Wilde.
Jennifer Lawrence, she got weird too, though, didn't she?
No, not really.
Yeah, she did.
I don't think so. Emma Watson?
She's too ingrained.
Like, it's like having sex with Hermione.
That's my point. She's too young.
Mila Kunis. See, you have to look and go, is this someone cute? What about Scarlett Johansson?
All right, I made my decision. This is on you now.
All right, I'll just go crazy then. I'm going to say Selma Hayek. I'm committing to Selma.
Might as well just pitch Sophia too.
Sophia? Who's Sophia?
Sophia, what's her name?
The
Spanish. Sophia, no.
Oh, the Sofia Vergara?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let's do it.
That's experience right there. I mean, that's a combined age of over 100, probably.
I'm just going to go.
My combined age between the three of us is under 100. You're probably over 150.
She's 50. Sofia Vergara is 50.
Yeah, you're at 150.
I think that would be amazing. Okay, so that's it. Sofia Vergara and Selma Hayek. I'm a Blanco. These are my people.
I'm a Blanco.
All right,
Your combined age is 150.
Okay, wait. I want to write it down.
What was my combined age?
You were Anna Kendrick and
she's 37.
Anna Kendrick? Yeah. And Zooey Deschanel. I'm Selma Hayek. Sofia Vergara.
How old is Zooey Deschanel, you think? She's probably 42.
See, I like my picks because I don't know what Anna and Zoe are going to be doing in a threesome, but I know what Selma and Sophia are doing in a threesome.
That's what I like. I'll take control. I'm a controller, John. I'll take control of those two. That's okay.
You're the director. You're the big director.
I don't need them to take control. I'm there. I'm ready.
Oh my God. Thank you, Chris HL94 for the question. I think that was the best question we've ever gotten on the show. Also, a big sorry to Hambone and Bob for not being involved in the threesome. We could have, you could have made an argument that you just drag like one of them in, and so you can enjoy it, like Anna Kendrick. Like Drew, you could have said Anna Kendrick and you, John.
Yeah. Make you watch.
No, like be involved.
Teamer? That would have been fun.
It would be a team bonding. Like
we would. It's like a workshop.
We'd be better podcasters for it. All right, that's all we got.
That's it. Well, John,
right. That was fun.
What do we have coming up the next few weeks?
Season 4 is in the books. We have a very light next 2 weeks for games. There's really nothing coming out. Not even I can't even think for PlayStation or Xbox. But we have the Sephiroth amiibo and the Kazuya amiibo, both releasing January 13th.
Who cares?
That's all we got. And that's all we got for the show. Season 4, Episode 1 is in the books. That was fun. I like the new changes, Drew.
Yeah.
And that's it. Good night, Dads.
Good night.
The Dads After Dark show is part of the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available, including Google, Overcast, Spotify, and Stitcher. And if you're using Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. Pretty please? Be sure to join us on the Nintendo Dads Discord in our Dads After Dark channels for some naughty After Dark talk. Leave us a voicemail with Anchor and we'll play it on our next show. Check our podcast description for the link. Follow us on Twitter and now TikTok at @NDadsAfterDark or email us at dadsafterdarkshow@gmail.com. And a big thank you to Family Jewels for our show's music. That's all for tonight. Good night, Dads. Sweet dreams.
That one hits because my sister-in-law is named Chastity.